Hi everybody and welcome back to Mosport International Speedway. We've got clear skies ahead as we're set for the final night of racing here at the Mosport International Speedway for the championships. We still have the Invitational next week, but as far as the championships are concerned, well, we've still got plenty of battles to talk about, a couple divisions still to be decided, and lots of positions to be gained up and down throughout the ranks of each of the classes. Let's take a look first at the Thunder cars as they get set to go out onto the track. First of all, Ken Donaldson is the leader in the Thunder cars, and he's already locked it up. He's the champion for 1995. Ken Donaldson is now the 95 champion for Thunder cars. Then we've got Dan Robinson running in second, and he is only 4 points ahead of Richie Minette. So Richie Minette and Dan Robinson in a fierce battle for second overall. Don Coppins as well is in that mix for the second spot. Then we've got Vic Minette, and you can see the rest of the field down through to the top 10 of the Thunder cars. As far as the rest of the battles are concerned, well, there's plenty of positions to be gained as far as the whole field's concerned, right through to the bottom of the grid. Now let's take a look at the modifieds. The modifieds again, well, that's a situation where we have a champion already. Graham Brown has locked up the modified division already, but we've got a battle right behind him because Darrell Leatherdale sits second, but Dwight Brown, the brother Browns, are coming on strong because Dwight Brown now has a chance to take second place away from Darrell Leatherdale. So there's a big battle there in the modifieds. Let's move along now to the late model sportsmen, which is one of the divisions that's going to be decided here tonight. Mike Horton has led, and Mike Horton has done a fine job all year long to maintain the points lead since he took over from Alex's crash back to mid-season point, or a little bit later than that. Alex is still in the hunt, but mathematically it's going to be tough. As far as the second place is concerned, in Frank Bauta, a great season for Frank Bauta. He has a chance, a good chance, to beat Mike Horton for the championship. So that's a battle to be decided here tonight. And we'll move now to super late models as we've got Jeff Hanley out in front. The number 70 car has been dominant all season long, and he leads the points, but not far behind is that number 2 of John Owen. John has a chance to take the championship away from Jeff Hanley should Jeff Hanley have any sort of a problem here tonight. That's the way it looks coming into the final night of points here at the Mosport International Speedway. I'm Glenn Butt along with Jim Martin up in the booth as we get set to bring you the final night of points here. We'll be right back.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder is sponsored by Van Hemmen Tires and Sales, dealers for Hoosier and General Tire. Serving the Durham region for over 25 years with great pride towards customer service. Located at 317 Hopkins Street in Whitby, or call 666-2121 for more information.
Race number 1 here at Mosport. Neil Singerling leads the Steve Martin 41 car. Dave Crowther runs in third as they head into turn number 3 for the first time at Mosport International Speedway tonight. We'd like to welcome our friends from Hammond Tires who've come aboard as one of our sponsors this evening. They've got a whole load of giveaways that we'll be passing along to everybody who came out to join us tonight. Our final regular season night of racing at Mosport International Speedway. Singerling leading Ken Donaldson down the back straightaway, but not by much as the number 3 machine is on his way toward the front again. Ken Donaldson out of Queensville, a perennial winner here at Mosport in the custom steering gear rebuilders and Durham Rapid Taxi sponsored number 3 machine. He's got a Durham Rapid Taxi sign on top of the number 3 car, and it doesn't seem to slow him down any as Donaldson takes a 4-car length lead down the back straightaway. Ken Donaldson is all by himself down that back straight as the balance of the field is trying to catch him up. Singerling runs in second. Crowther is third. Ken Perrier, who mentioned the big brothers earlier on tonight, runs in 4th spot but gets held up by Singerling at the exit of turn 4. Dave Crowther leads tier 2 here tonight. There's Ken Donaldson, and then there's everybody else. Dave Crowther in the yellow and blue 32 car runs in 2nd spot, and he's about half a straightaway length behind the race leader, and we're only 3 laps into our first heat of the night. Ken Donaldson exits turn number 4 and comes down the front straightaway, and tied to the door pillar of the car, there's a little Wile E. Coyote, I think. Ken Donaldson, always a favorite with the kids here at Mosport, And tonight is no exception, and as he's putting on a show for kids of all ages. It's still Dave Crowther running in second. Third now is the number 9 car. Ken Perrier runs in third spot on the racetrack as he holds off a bunch of people behind him, including Vic Minette's number 4. The Steve Martin 41 car. Neil Singerling runs in that group. Donnie Beatty. We also have the one of Gary Young involved in that bash as well. As the race for third place continues, Ken Perrier trying to hold off Vic Minette. Minette drives to the inside into corner number 1. With the nose of the 4 car out front, Vic Minette runs in third place. Now Ken Donaldson is our race leader as that race for third spot continues to be the best one of the race. Side by side, Minette now pulls clear of the 9 car and moves into third spot all by himself. The field begins to stretch out just a little bit as they exit turn number 4 and try to chase down Ken Donaldson. 6 laps have been completed. There's only 4 to go in the first heat of the night here at Mosport International Speedway. Dave Crowther leading Vic Minette in the battle for second place out on the racetrack. He's all by himself in the 32 car. Dave Crowther from Ajax with his sponsors including L&M Auto Collision, Ajax Machine Services, and he's also pretty conscientiously mentioning his wife as a major sponsor too on the list that they give us every weeknight. Dave Crowther runs in second. Third is the 4 of Vic Minette. Vic Minette comes to us from Mississauga, the other side of Toronto, in the Timeless Treasures Adelt Mechanical sponsored 4 machine. Vic Minette now looks to the inside of Dave Crowther as they drive into turn number 3 on the far side of the racetrack. As they head back to the pit straightaway, Vic Minette is door handle to door handle with Dave Crowther. It's a drag race to the start-finish line. Crowther gets there first on this lap. That is lap number 8. There are 2 to go. The 2 parallel flags being shown to the drivers as they come down the start-finish line. Minette with still just the slightest of advantages. Not a full car length, but he begins to stretch it down the back straightaway. Donaldson, when he exits turn number 4 this time, will get the white flag. Doug on the stand gives him the white flag, the checkered in hand, as they have only 1 more lap to go as Perrier gets the 9 car sideways at the exit of turn number 4, but holds onto it. Ken Perrier with a big slide, got a little nervous for a second, but continues to run in 4th spot just in front of Steve Martin's 41 car. Ken Donaldson is our race leader into turn number 4. Donnie Beatty trying to hold off the 2 of Dan Robinson around the backside. Here comes the checkered flag. Ken Donaldson is our race winner tonight. Running for second place, here comes Vic Minette in second. Crowther will finish third. 4th place will go to Ken Perrier. 5th is Steve Martin, and that's the end of heat number 1, the Thunder Car heat, to start things off at Mosport International Speedway tonight.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder is brought to you by Hammond Racing Fuels, official suppliers of racing fuels for Mosport International Speedway. For more information about the highest octane available for your race car, call 1-800-265-1732. Hammond Racing Fuels, proud sponsors of Mosport Speedway Thunder. Here we are with the 95 champion in the Thunder Cars, and oh yeah, you just won the heat race. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. It was a lot of fun. The car, I want to steal John Force's line. The hot rod was running good.
Ken Donaldson, if it's not cartoons and stuffed animals in the car, then he's got a line to say, hey, congratulations on the championship.
Thanks very much. The car is just all year long. It's just been a hell of a lot of fun to drive, and I just had a gas here. I'd really like to thank my sponsors, Rapid Taxi in Pickering and Custom Steering in Markham. It's been a lot of fun.
It has been fun watching you race. You go across the sheet and you've got a lot of 75s, and of course that means a maximum night total points, so you've done very well this summer.
Thanks a lot. It's been a gas.
All right, let's go back up to Jim as we're about set to go racing with the second of the Thunder Car heats.
Heat number 2 for the Thunder Cars getting ready to go. Dwayne Glassbergen leads the crowd down the front straightaway for the first time and gets a big jump on everybody else. The 72 machine out of Janettville, the Leatherdale Motorsports, BJ Trailer, and Bergen Hill Kennels sponsored machine is our race leader at the present time. Larry Brown out of Oshawa runs in second spot, but boy, has he got company. To the inside, Robin McNevin. To the outside, I think that's Richie Minette trying to make it 3 abreast through turn number 3, which is usually a real big no-no around here, but they managed to get away with it. Robin McNevin runs in second place. Richie Minette takes over third. Fourth spot is the 47 of Larry Brown as the field makes its way into turn number 1. In behind, it's Don Coppins. Then the 23 car of Tim Peters out of Coburg as the field begins to stretch out just a little bit, and while everyone's dicing in behind him, Dwayne Glassbergen has himself a pretty substantial lead. He's got probably 4 car lengths as the cars head down the front straightaway here at Mosport to complete lap number 2. 2 laps are down. Dwayne Glassbergen leads it. Don Coppins with a big slide over in turn number 2 manages to collect the car but loses a spot in doing so. The big black 44 machine, usually a front runner, finds itself in a battle for 4th spot. In beside him is the 23 of Tim Peters out of Coburg. And Tim's giving him a real run as they try to overhaul Robin McNevin just in front of him. It's still Glassbergen, Richie Minette, Robin McNevin, Tim Peters, Don Coppins, Trevor Veach in the red and white 75 car sneaks into the picture there as well. The Oshawa native driving the TJT Racing Product Toronto Sun and Thruway Muffler sponsored car as they go 3 abreast down the back straightaway. Veach is caught up to Robin McNevin, now runs beside him as Tim Peters tries to get up there too. 3 abreast through turn number 3 again. These guys are doing the impossible, and they're losing a little paint in the exchange as well as Trevor Veach does everything but touch the wall at the exit of 4. Don Coppins now runs in 3rd spot as Richie Minette is slowly catching up Dwayne Glassbergen at the exit of turn number 2. Minette lets the car drift right out against the wall and now will try to overhaul the 72 car. They break into turn number 3. They're door handle to door handle. Dwayne Glassbergen, Richie Minette are side by side as they come through turn number 4. Glassbergen with a slightly slower line, but a defensive one trying to hold off the hard-charging Richie Minette. 5 laps have been completed. There are 5 to go. They get the cross flags when they cross the start-finish line here at Mosport and indicate that they already crossed the halfway mark. Minette still trying to overhaul Dwayne Glassbergen into turn number 3. Richie is doing it the hard way, trying to go around the outside. We'll try to set him up a little bit at the exit of turn number 4. Slides the 5 cars sideways, loses a little bit of ground in doing so. Still, he is up on the high side of the racetrack. We'll try to drive down, and if Dwayne comes up just a little bit, we'll stick the nose of the 5 car to the inside, but Dwayne knows it and doesn't let any room. Doesn't let anybody get inside him. Not so far anyway. Dwayne Glassbergen stays well low on the racetrack, forcing Richie Minette to drive to the high side. Passing somebody is possible up there, but boy, it's sure a tough way around. A great race up front as the 5 and 72 cars still run side by side. Richie slides in behind the 72 car through turn number 2. And sitting there waiting to pounce if anything should happen to the front 2 runners is Don Coppins in the 44 machine. The Oakwood native in the First Line Racing Product and John Coppins Auto Body sponsored car runs in 3rd spot. 4th now is Tim Peters. 5th is Trevor Veach. Again, Richie Minette gets it right out against the wall as he slides it sideways, trying to catch up to the 72 car, and he's running out of time. There are only 2 laps to go. Again, Richie gets a little bit of a run on him at the exit of turn number 2, but Dwayne has enough horsepower to hold him off down the straightaway. Richie gets right up on the back bumper of the 72 car. He's only got 5 quarters. Dwayne Glassbergen makes a little mistake over in turn number 4. Slows down just a little bit. Richie has to jump on the brakes not to collect him. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, whether it was a driving mistake or whether Dwayne Glassbergen tapped the brakes just to slow him down a little. What he did, though, is let everybody catch up to him, and now everybody goes by. Glassbergen touches Richie Minette, who does a 360 in the middle of the back straightaway. Richie Minette goes all the way around again. He's got a flat tire, I think. Don Coppins has taken over 1st place. Dwayne Glassbergen slides to a stop in the middle of turn number 3. We've got a couple sliced tires down there. Richie Minette tries to carry on. 2nd will go to Tim Peters. 3rd will go to Trevor Veach. The balance of the field races for 4th spot. Our race winner was Don Coppins. 3 abreast, and cars got into each other in the middle of the back straightaway. Richie Minette crosses the start-finish line. 3rd from the tail. Dwayne Glassbergen's car is just a mess. The 72 car in the pit lane now. We'll be back with more from Mosport International Speedway.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder has been sponsored by DNS Towing Service, the official towing service for the Molson Indy and Mosport Park. DNS Towing holds public auctions every 4 to 6 weeks on their premises located at 111 Torrey York Drive in Weston. For more information about the next auction on September the 16th, telephone 416-745-5555.
After the races, then what? My hope is that you will come and visit me at the Bridlewood Brethren in Christ Church. I'm Pastor Kelly, Mosport's track pastor, also known as the Rev. Our church is located at 480 Huntingwood Drive between Warden and Pharmacy. Our Sunday morning worship service starting September 10 will be at 11 a.m., where you will hear my positive, challenging message of hope that will encourage you to stay away from life's walls, out of the pits, and on the right track so that you will win God's checkered flag.
It's modified time here at Mosport International Speedway. The pace car pulls into the pits as they see the white flag along the turn 3 wall. Here they come into turn number 3 on the pole, driving the 8 machine out of Janetville. The Elgin Auto Parts Church's Auto Service sponsored Bob Moxon. Bob will lead the crowd, and as they cross the acceleration stripe across turn number 4 there, the green comes out, and here we go. The modified, the open wheel cars roar down the front straightaway and into turn number 1. And already we've got some people that pull out wide and let some of the field go by. Bob Moxon, though, is going to see if he can come by with a heat win at the end of this one. Bob Moxon is our race leader, running in second place right now. I was going to say we've got the 81. I believe that's Doug Sagan running in second spot. It's a 08, excuse me. Rick Woolner runs in second spot right behind Bob Moxon. The cars side by side into turn number 2. The 25 to the inside is Darrell Leatherdale. To the high side of the racetrack, that's the 61 machine, and that's another one that's tough to read. Wayne Getz out of Burlington. Some of these cars have little bars that run down the side to keep people from hooking wheels on them, and occasionally they get in the way of numbers and confuse track announcers. The 61 machine runs in second place now. Down the back straightaway, the Burlington native Wayne Getz runs right in behind Rick Woolner, 08. Rick Woolner slides the car out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway and has a challenge for the lead now. The Hyundai Equipment sponsored Woolner car is still a race leader through turn number 1. Wayne Getz runs in second spot. Third is Darrell Leatherdale. Fourth spot, Bob Moxon. Fifth now, the orange 66 car is Jim Rossiter, and right behind him is Graham Brown. Rossiter gets up beside Bob Moxon in turn number 4 and comes down the front straightaway and takes over the 4th spot. But the battle for the lead continues. Rick Woolner is our race leader, running in second spot and continuing to challenge us is 61 of Wayne Getz. The top 3 down the front straightaway at the end of 5 laps, the halfway mark. It's Rick Woolner, Wayne Getz, and Darrell Leatherdale.
Joining me is Don Coppins, winner of the second heat for the Thunder Cars. Boy, all you had to do was sit back and watch that one.
Thanks, Glenn. Yeah, Wayne and Richie had quite a battle going. They had quite a jump, and while they were running together, I played a little bit of catch-up, and they both broke a little bit loose coming out of the corner, and I got underneath them.
And that was it. It was yours. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Just a matter of being there at the right place at the right time.
Well, you were there. You got it. On to the feature now.
Yes, thank you. I'd like to thank my sponsors, First Line Racing, Oshawa Engines, John Coppins Auto Body.
And that's it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Don Coppins, Jim, back to you.
Rick Woolner. Side by side they run. They've done that for the last couple laps. Whoa, we almost had the cars, and we do have them come together. Getz and Woolner have a little coming together at the exit of turn number 1, and we've got a brand new pair of cars out front. Jim Rossiter races with Darrell Leatherdale into turn number 3. The series champion, Graham Brown, runs in third spot. His brother, Dwayne, runs in fourth now. It's still Jim Rossiter. Rossiter takes over first place as the two guys had been battling for lap after lap. Wayne Getz and the 08 of Rick Woolner came together. Those two now run in 5th and 6th places respectively as the battle for the lead continues. Graham Brown takes the 0-2 car out front of Jim Rossiter. Rossiter gets tapped from the side by the number 2 of Dwayne Brown in one of the most unsubtle moves I've seen in a little while. Those two are battling for second spot. The series champion is running away with it while the battle for second continues. The white flag flies. There's less than a lap and a half to go. The checkered flag is out now. Exiting turn number 4 toward the checkered, race winner, series champion Graham Brown, Dwight Brown, Jim Rossiter, Darrell Leatherdale, and Wayne Getz finishes in 5th place tonight. An action-filled night here at Mosport International Speedway. Coming up in just a moment, we've got the action of the sportsman class coming your way from Mosport.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder is sponsored by Dale's Auto Center. For all your car's bumper-to-bumper mechanical service, stop by at the garage location at 1333 Thornton Road South, entrance from Terwilliger. Or if you don't have a car, drop in at Dale's Auto Center sales location at Ritson and Olive in Oshawa. Telephone 723-7787 for more information.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder is sponsored by A's Auto Body, collision and refinishing of all cars and trucks at all makes and models. A's Auto Body is located at 838 Ritson Road South in Oshawa. And for more information, telephone 571-3843. A's Auto Body, serving Durham for over 15 years.
Into turn number 3 as we get ready for the green for the sportsman here at Mosport. To the inside is Scott Milne out of Boodley. And to the outside is the 31X, the points leader in the sportsman class as we come into the racing. The 31X of Mike Horton, the Mustang Saloon 31 car, leads the crowd into turn number 1, now 2. As the 38 car swings high and wide and lets people go by, Jamie Hill slows down on the back straightaway. The 38 car looks as though it'll be retired shortly. Mike Horton is our race leader. Alex Hamilton runs in second spot. Third now belongs to the 99 of Link Brown. The field stretches out just a little bit down to the far side of the racetrack now. The back straightaway, Mike Horton, Alex Hamilton, Link Brown. The Bill Shackleton Remax Realty sponsored Bill Northam 85 car. One of the machines we featured during our warm-ups this evening is running at 4th spot. 5th place now belongs to Joseph in the number 1 machine. A car spins over there in turn number 4. I believe it's the 16 machine of Doug Newby from Mississauga. As the field comes by, we go yellow, as the number 16 machine can't get turned around before the field comes around. We are under yellow at Mosport International Speedway. It's General Tire Night, and we'd like to remind everybody, hang on to your ticket stubs and make sure you know what your ticket number is, because that'll be your key to winning this evening. Here at Mosport, General Tire supplying us with dozens of prizes that we're going to be passing out before the night's over here at Mosport.
An ordinary hamburger and your Banquet Burger Deluxe. Either is good depending on what you want, which brings us to Midas Mufflers. At Midas, they have top quality Midas mufflers guaranteed for as long as you own your car. Or they have the Economizer at a very reasonable price and guaranteed for 1 full year. The point is, you get some choice in the menu, which is important. I like choice. I have one to make right now. I've made it. It's the way it should be. Midas.
Once again, the green flag flies here at Mosport. Alex Hamilton gets a jump on Mike Horton. Takes the lead in the competition automotive 17 car into turn number 1. The blue cars are our race leaders as Horton gets into the back of Alex Hamilton, almost spins him and almost gets collected in doing so. Horton, I don't think, liked the jump that Alex Hamilton got on everybody else and almost got himself into big trouble over there. The cars continue through turn number 4. Hamilton slides the 17 car around in first place. Sepp runs in second out. Third is Lane Brown. Mike Horton has collected everything up and now runs in 4th spot on the racetrack. Bill Northam runs 5th. 6th is Frank Botto. 7th is the 43 car of Alex Jordan out of Mississauga. As I understand it, next week here at Mosport, we've got some grudge matches coming up. In the sportsman class, Joe Seth in the number 1 car and Alex Hamilton in the 17 machine are going to race for $100, a 10-lap winner-take-all grudge match, settle it once and for all duel here at Mosport. We got 2 of them on the line. The one in the sportsman class, though, Joe Seth in the number 1 car will take on Alex Hamilton for a 10-lap, $100 winner-take-all. Wish you luck trying to get your car home grudge match here at Mosport. Should be interesting because these guys are running nose to tail on the racetrack, and they've had their differences. And once again, Seth gets onto the back bumper of the 17 car. Joe Seth runs in 2nd. Alex Hamilton runs in 1st. The 2 guys in the grudge match are running nose to tail out on the racetrack again. Lake Brown runs in 3rd. Mike Horton, who seems to have a little problem with Alex Hamilton tonight, runs in 4th spot. 5th place now. We've got a battle as Bill Northam tries to hold off Alex Jordan, and Frank Botto will round out that bunch as they head into turn number 1. The top 7 cars are running in fairly close proximity. The front 4, though, have probably a 5-car length gap over the balance of the field. The race leader through 3, now into turn number 4 with Joe Sepp on his back bumper again. Alex Hamilton is our race leader. Hamilton with a real bad crash here about mid-season. Actually broke his foot. Joe Sepp into the back bumper of the 17 car again. I think we should have a $100 grudge match on this race. Forget about next week. We've already got this happening here. We might be able to save the boss $100. Link Brown gets in beside Joe Sepp now and gives him a challenge for 2nd spot, as Sepp doesn't have anything to do with that one and takes back the 2nd spot on the racetrack. Behind Alex Hamilton now. In turn number 2, down the back straightaway, it's still Hamilton, Sepp, Link Brown, and the Allied Signal sponsored 99 car. The Mustang Balloon 31X of Mike Horton, and then Alex Jordan's 43 car. The front 5 run nose to tail down the front straightaway with a white flag out. 1 to go. Sepp looks to the high side, slides up around beside Alex Hamilton, and one of the gutsiest moves I've seen in a while. Way up into the marbles. Frank Botto's in turn number 2 and slides the car down but holds onto it. Side by side, the battle for first in turn number 3. It's Alex Hamilton and Joe Sepp at the outside. Here they come, the drag race for the line. It's Joe Sepp. What a great pass in 3 and 4. Drove door handle to door handle around the high side of the racetrack and made it stick. Joe Sepp is our race winner. Alex Hamilton finishes 2nd. Link Brown is 3rd.
In the fast-paced world of video production, it all narrows down to one: moments in time. Supporters of Mosport, we specialize in the video production of weddings, sports events, concerts, children's parties, and corporate videos. Owned and operated by a trained and experienced professional, expect the best from videographer Daniil Hatherley. For more information, call area code 905-571-2757.
Welcome back to Mosport Speedway Thunder. I'm with Graham Brown. Now, of course, he's the modified champion already. We know that, but you just won another heat. Congratulations. You're not done yet, are you?
No, we're not done yet. Thanks for the congratulations, but we're just trying to win the races and do the best that we can. Every time you're here to win. Even if you got the championship wrapped up, you still want to win every time.
It's tight behind you, though, between Daryl and your brother Dwight.
Yeah, we're hoping that Dwight gets into 2nd, of course, but we'll see what we can do, and if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, he's had a tough year this year, but the 3rd isn't all that bad.
Yeah. Well, good job again.
Thanks a lot.
Graham Brown, Jim, back to you.
The Super Late models here at Mosport. The 90 machine belongs to Doug Shackle, and he takes the lead. Gary Passer in the 13 car runs right in beside him. The 93 into the back bumper right off the bat. The 93 machine of Joe Gonzalez with a little tap from behind on Doug Shackle. Lets him know he's there. He gets a little warning for the flag stand on his way by, too. As Joe Gonzalez in the white 93 car is bound and determined to make his way toward the front, even if he's going through the 90 car and immediately in front of him. Now he runs in 2nd spot in behind the 90 machine. Doug Shackle holds on to first spot here at Mosport International Speedway. Joe Gonzalez runs in second. Third is Gary Passer. In beside them, the 38 machine. As we catch up to Terry Robichaud running in fourth spot. He gets up beside Passer and slides the car sideways. Jeff Hanley drives the 70 car to the outside. Hanley tries to get up beside the 38 Robichaud machine, does so into turn number 3. It is still Joe Gonzalez, our race leader. Down the front straightaway, Passer slides the car and just barely keeps it off the wall. Gonzalez, Doug Shackle, Gary Passer holds on to a third spot for about another 20 feet and gives it away. Now running in third is the 70 of Jeff Hanley, who's been a perennial front runner every time he shows up here at Mosport. The 70 machine, one of the quickers, and now runs in third spot. The 2 of John Owen runs in fourth on the racetrack, and in behind him is Stu Robinson Jr. Hanley tries to get up beside Doug Shackle, puts the nose of the 70 car beside him, and now drives up beside him and puts the nose out front in turn number 3. Jeff Hanley, with a slick handling 70 car, takes over second spot on the racetrack. Joe Gonzalez has half a straightaway length on the balance of the field now. Gonzalez way out in front. Can Jeff Hanley catch him before this one's done? Joe Gonzalez storms into turn number 3. Jeff Hanley does likewise, and he's a good 5 seconds behind the race leader at this time. The 33 machine of Darren Gillespie is instructed to drive to the inside and make way, because here comes a race leader. The Gillespie car with problems earlier on did a couple hot laps and has managed to go out and take the green flag, but we've got a 25 car in the front straightaway. Rob Forsythe spins at the exit of turn number 4, has some hard contact with a concrete wall, and has come to rest in the front grandstand area. We are under yellow. The safety vehicles are on their way.
Joseph joins us once again to take the honors in the heat win. Congratulations. Of course, his daughter joins us as well. Hey, you are running strong.
I am. Hope we can run strong for the rest of the night. We need to win the next heat in the feature. They say even to take the second place away from the second place file. Apparently I can't win the first, but they tell me I have to win the feature and the heat to finish in second for this year, right?
You guys go and do your math pretty quick. Does your daughter do that for you?
Yeah, she's getting pretty good. She does help.
Are you better at the math than Dad?
I don't know.
So this is the final weekend for the points, and Dad's been running real strong actually the last few weeks. I know you're pretty happy about that, but now you got to go back to school, huh?
Yeah.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
She wants to go water skiing. Doesn't want to go back to school.
One more weekend to go water skiing and another night of racing here for Joseph, and we'll be back with more from the Mosport International Speedway in a moment.
Thanks, Brian.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder is sponsored by Van Hemmen Tires and Sales, dealers for Hoosier and General Tire. Serving the Durham region for over 25 years with great pride towards customer service. Located at 317 Hopkins Street in Whitby, or call 666-2121 for more information.
We're under green here at Mosport once again. Joe Gonzalez leads the crowd into turn number 1. We have completed some 6 laps. We got 4 to go. And the best battle on the racetrack is one about 5 car lengths back, as the number 2 of John Owen tries to make his way through the field to protect his second point standings. Jeff Hanley is the leader in the points coming in as far as our super late models are concerned. Hanley runs in second spot behind Joe Gonzalez. Stu Robinson Jr. In behind Stu Robinson, we've got Doug Shackle. We've got John Owen running in fifth spot. And down the front straightaway, they get the 2 laps remaining side. 2 laps are left. The super late models here at Mosport with only one major incident as the 25 car of Rob Forsythe got away from underneath him at the exit of turn number 4, and unfortunately came in contact with a pit wall down the front straightaway just a moment ago. The white flag flies for Joe Gonzalez. Gonzalez runs out front. Jeff Hanley is about a car length and a half back, and I don't think he's going to be able to catch him up. Jeff Hanley is the only one with a chance as the 33 machine drives to the inside. Doug Gillespie stays out of harm's way as Joe Gonzalez wins this one. Jeff Hanley runs in second spot. Third will go to the Jamco trailer-sponsored 63 of Stu Robinson Jr. And fourth place, I believe, will go to the 90 car. So Doug Shackle finishes in fourth spot here at Mosport International Speedway. Joe Gonzalez is our race winner.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder is brought to you by Hammond Racing Fuels, official suppliers of racing fuels for Mosport International Speedway. For more information about the highest octane available for your race car, call 1-800-265-1732. Hammond Racing Fuels, proud sponsors of Mosport Speedway Thunder.
The lights go off on the pace car as we get ready to go racing once again here at Mosport. This is heat number 3 for the Thunder cars. To the inside of row number 1, West Hills Terry Tomset. To the outside of the racetrack, driving the green number 2 machine. Out of Scarborough, the Prigan Automotive Newmarket Iron and competitive brake and exhaust sponsored number 2 is Dan Robinson, and here they go. Robinson will lead the crowd into turn number 1 for the first time around. It's Robinson, Tomset, to the high side of the racetrack, giving a little bit of a challenge is Ross Pettifer from Oshawa on the Precise Office Repair and Tennant Automotive sponsored car. In the middle of this field, we've got a whole group of cars, and we've got a little tangle going on out there as the 03 machine tries to make a move toward the front. Rob LeBlanc takes the Core the Cathouse 03 car into second place, and Terry Tomset gave him a little nudge on the way by, too. Terry Tomset falls to third spot and now has a challenge from the inside. The 0 car runs up beside him. Joe Anderson runs side by side with a 95 car in turn number 3. The battle for third place continues. As you can see, Terry Tomset moved the front bumper of the 95 car when he got into the side of Rob LeBlanc's 03 car the last time they came by our way. The dicing continues with the Thunder cars here at Mosport as they run 3 abreast down that back straightaway once again. Joe Anderson to the middle of the crowd, and he gets squeezed out by Vic Minette and the 27 of Don Andrews. Minette slides the 4 car round through turn number 4. Vic gets it under control as they come down the start-finish line, but he gives the spot back to Jerry Young as he comes down the start-finish line. The race order now way on the back straightaway in front of everybody else. Dan Robinson's running away with this one. Rob LeBlanc runs in second place. Third spot, here comes Ken Donaldson's white number 3 car as he drives up beside the 27 of Don Andrews. Running in fourth spot now is the 0 car of Joe Anderson. Anderson slides around through corner number 4. Vic Minette does likewise. There's the second place runner all by himself as he tries to hold off the hard-charging 3. The 03 car is in second place. The 3 is in third. The 03 is Rob LeBlanc from Pontypool. Sponsored by folks like Kevin Avery, his Remax Real Estate outfit. Core at the Cathouse Transmission Place, and among others, Interprovincial Auto Class, too. Lots of sponsors on the side of the 03 car, but he's given away third spot on the racetrack. That white number 3 machine of Ken Donaldson has been a hard one to keep behind you for any length of time in the Thunder car heats and the features here at Mosport in the 1995 season. Ken Donaldson runs in second spot now, but he's got a long way to go to catch up to our race leader. Down the front straightaway, Dan Robinson into turn number 1. It's Robinson all by himself. He's got a half straightaway length lead over Ken Donaldson. Then it's Don Andrews, Rob LeBlanc. The Gary Young and Joe Anderson cars run side by side into turn number 1. As it stands, we've completed 6 laps. There are 3 to go. When they cross the start-finish line, here comes Robinson. 3 now to go. Ken Donaldson runs in second place. It's still Don Andrews, who shades to the inside a little bit, trying to make Rob LeBlanc, if he is going to make a pass, he's going to make Rob LeBlanc drive around the high side of the racetrack and do it the hard way. So Don Andrews driving defensively, and around he goes, the zero car of Joe Anderson with a big spin, and I think he had some help over there in turn number 1. I'm not sure who got into the back corner of him, but the zero car gets spun around, and he gets it righted in time to stay green. 2 laps, the signal being given to the drivers as they come around our way. Dan Robinson has to hold off Ken Donaldson for 2 more laps. Down the back straightaway, there's still a little less than a half straightaway length lead from first to second spot. A big gap, though, from second to third. There is no way that Don Andrews is going to catch Ken Donaldson. First and second, though, could be. The white flag comes out, 1 lap to go. Dan Robinson is our race leader. Ken Donaldson runs in second place. Coming into the racing tonight, Dan Robinson had second place points all wrapped up, but not by much. Richie Minette was only 4 points behind him. So Dan Robinson looking for every possible point he can get, and he's on his way to a victory in a heat race tonight. Here comes Dan Robinson. The Priggen Automotive number 2 car wins. Ken Donaldson is second. Third place will go to Don Andrews, who finishes well back out of Port Hope in the Hutchins Cylinder Head T&D racing car. The checkered flag flies. Our winner is Dan Robinson at Mosport.
Here we go, 4 seconds. Joe Gonzalez took the first of the late model heats. Congratulations. You're looking in your mirror and all you saw was what, 1 car, and that was Hanley.
Yes, it was 1 car, and it was Jeff Hanley. Actually pulled out beside me on the caution there, and we kind of spotted each other. And I knew that we went for another battle again, and I mean, I came up ahead this time, so you know, we got a long night to go still, and gas has worked pretty good. We had no practice at all, but so far so good. So we're going to try to improve a little bit for the future.
All right, well, all the best then for the rest of the night then, Joe.
Thank you very much.
Joe Gonzalez, as we'll be right back with more from the Mosport Speedway.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder has been sponsored by DNS Towing Service, the official towing service for the Molson Indy and Mosport Park. DNS Towing holds public auctions every 4 to 6 weeks on their premises located at 111 Torrey York Drive in Weston. For more information about the next auction on September the 16th, telephone 416-745-5555.
The last Thundercar heat race of the evening is on the racetrack, and we're ready to go green. The pace car pulls off along the back straightaway. The lights are off to the inside of row number 1. We're all set to go with the Thundercars. The 78 machine belongs to Sean Knapp from Orono with a TJT Racing product, Midas Muffler, a Hometown Tire and Auto, and the Hot Dog Lady sponsored car. To the outside, we've got car number 82, the Doug and Dave Wills car. Dave behind the wheel tonight. Here we go. We're under green. What a huge lead. As Sean Knapp seems to catch everybody having a snooze over in corner number 4 and takes the lead into turn number 1. Sean Knapp now running in second. We've got Dave Wills behind him. And here comes Trevor Beach and Kyle Plazik in behind. The 52 machine moving toward the front. Kyle Plazik out of Mississauga, the green and white Chevrolet. The Gamma Sales sponsored car gets up beside Dave Wills now into turn number 1. Kyle Plazik looking for a victory tonight at Mosport. The last heat race, his last heat race chance at one anyway. As Dave Wills pulls away a little bit down the back straightaway, Trevor Beach will look to the inside of Kyle Plazik to see whether he can improve his placing on the racetrack. And a car spins in the middle of the crowd. Everybody does the splits around him, and the 24 machine emerges unscathed. Sean Hardy with a spin all by himself in turn number 3 and doesn't manage to touch anybody or have anybody touch him. Still our race leader is the 78 Sean Knapp from Orono. The TJT Racing sponsored car, also sponsored by the Big Brothers of Clarington. September, this being Big Brothers Month in Ontario, they'd like to remind everybody, if you've got a spare minute, there's probably a young gentleman in your community who could use a hand. The Big Brothers of Clarington-sponsored 78 car goes down the front straightaway in first place. The 82 of Dave Wills runs in second, and now there are 3 cars vying for that spot. The 23 jumps in there just for a second, Tim Peters, but runs out of running room in turn number 1. Trevor Veach is on his way, and here comes the 5 of Richie Minette as well. 3 abreast into turn number 3. Kyle Plazek to the high side, kind of gets squeezed out as Trevor Veach takes over third spot and slides the car around through 4. Veach and Richie Minette now run side by side. Richie Minette, another one of the cars driving with a for sale sign on the side of it. A number of vehicles up for sale, seeing whether somebody wants to do a little racing in this particular class or another one, while the current drivers are looking to move up in class here at Mosport next season and need to sell an automobile to make it financially possible. Trevor Veach's 75 being one of them. Another one, the number 60 car of Jeff Clancy. If you're interested in doing a little racing, Jeff's selling everything from his Ford Cube van to his tandem trailer and everything that goes with it. If you want a turnkey modified operation, talk to Jeff Clancy from Mosport. He lives up in the Angus area. You could probably find him in the phone book for that matter. A battle for first place. Richie Minette drives to the high side of Sean Hardy. Or Sean Knapp, excuse me. Running in second place now. Sean Knapp finds himself a spot down as Richie Minette drives around the high side of the racetrack. He still wants to give him a little bit of a battle, but I think Richie Minette has the car to take over first. Opens up a little bit of a gap, as a matter of fact, down the back straightaway. It's Richie Minette, Sean Knapp. The 82 of Dave Wills runs in third place, one of his best finishes if he can hold on, but he's got lots of company in behind. Trevor Veach to the high side, Tim Peters to the low side. Don Coppin sneaks into that picture as well. Richie Minette, though, is still a race leader at lap 7.
Next of the Thunder Car heats, the third, in fact, went to Dan Robinson. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Glenn.
You need that, too, with the points.
Oh, yeah, I certainly do. I really needed that break in the other heat race with Richie Minette. But, you know, last week we had a flat tire. We went to the back of the pack, and my pit crew, Pat Gannon and Paul Campbell and Paul Pringen, those guys, you know, they got out, they got the tire changed, they kept me on the same lap, and I came back to 5th place. And those points last week helped me a lot.
Well, you've got the car working pretty good this week. You got the feature left to go. How do you think it's going to fare?
Yeah, the car's hooking up really well, so as long as everything goes right, we don't have any bad luck, I think we should finish fairly strong.
Okay, well, we'll wait till then. Jim, back to you. That's Dan Robinson.
Thank you.
The white flag lap, there's one to go for Richie Minette. Second place still belongs to the 78 of Sean Knapp. Don Coppins runs in third place. Fourth is Tim Peters, who spot his way to the front, and I mean that literally. Trevor Veach finds himself in 5th place on the track as there's a 3-car battle in behind. Richie Minette is our race winner. Second will go to Sean Knapp. It is indeed Don Coppins. Third place, Tim Peters. Trevor Veach, the 94 of Paul Valstein, sneaks in there for a 6th place finish.
After the races, then what? My hope is that you will come and visit me at the Bridlewood Brethren in Christ Church. I'm Pastor Kelly, Mosport's track pastor, also known as the Rev. Our church is located at 480 Huntingwood Drive between Warden and Pharmacy. Our Sunday morning worship service starting September 10 will be at 11 a.m., where you will hear my positive, challenging message of hope that will encourage you to stay away from life's walls, out of the pits, and on the right track so that you will win God's checkered flag.
The beaten native Dwight Brown is our pole sitter for this heat race for the modifieds. The open wheel cars take to the track again. The green flag is up. Dwight Brown, Darren Thring drives up beside him in the black 55 machine and stays right with him through turn number 1. Darren falls off the pace just a little bit. Darren Thring runs in second now. Dwight Brown is our race leader. Third place belongs to the 53, the Baker's Collision Shop, Mac Tools and Autographics sponsored. Toby Baker runs in third. Fourth now, the 66 of Jim Rossiter as they head down the front straightaway, and rounding up the top 5 is the 92 Nobleton's Tom Wilson. These cars begin to stretch things out just a little bit. We had an altercation earlier on tonight in this class, which is can be very, very dangerous with the open wheels. If they get interlocked like that, they can literally launch somebody into the air. Fortunately, that didn't happen earlier on, and the cars are now running nose to tail, eliminating that possibility. In the pits, the 22 car. Mike Frederick out of Oshawa with the TJT Goodyear and Booth Auto Wreckers sponsored car stops in along the pits, and the crew comes to his rescue to find out what's wrong with that machine. Driving around the far side of the racetrack and down the pit straightaway once again. Dwight Brown, Darren Thring, Jim Rossiter now runs third. Toby Baker is fourth. Fifth place now, the 02 of Graham Brown. The series champion in the modifieds runs in fifth place and now looks to go by Toby Baker to the inside, as right beside him the 25 car, the TTR Transport of Daryl Leatherdale. To the inside of Toby Baker, the 02 car puts the nose out front and steals fourth position on the racetrack. Baker and Leatherdale have a near coming together in turn number 4. Leatherdale drives by on the inside now. The race leader down the back straightaway is Dwight Brown. Dwight Brown in behind him, the number 55 car, Beamsville's Darren Thring. Beamsville a bit of a drive the other side of Hamilton. He's coming to join us here at Mosport through most of the season tonight. And the 55 car has been rewarded with some fairly high placings when he has come out to join us. Darren Thring currently sitting 19th in the point standings. Well down, and that is only because he joined us late in the season and didn't run most of the early races. But since then, the car seems to have gotten faster every time he comes by. The number 55 machine runs in second place to our race leader, Dwight Brown, at the present time. Third place, and now with a big battle on his hands, is the orange 66 of Jim Rossiter. Rossiter trying to hold off the 02 of Graham Brown. Brown, though, drives beside him in turn number 3 and steals the spot, and now Daryl Leatherdale will try to do likewise. Rossiter fights him back, will drive to the high side into turn number 1. Graham Brown runs in third spot. Rossiter is 4th. Leatherdale is 5th. Toby Baker now 6th. 7th belongs to Rick Woolner on the racetrack. Down the front straightaway, the 2 parallel flags mean 2 laps remain. 8 have been completed for the modifieds, the second of the modified heat races tonight. Every one of the drivers drives in 2 heat races, including our rather large Thunder Car class here at Mosport. The Thunder Cars, there are sufficient numbers. We actually run 4 heat races every Saturday night. 2 heat races for the modifieds, and this one is number 2. The white flag lap now for our race leader, Dwight Brown. The red number 2 machine owned by R&B Motorsports, sponsored by First Class Engraving, Oakdale Collision, folks like Newmarket Iron and Texas Truck Exhaust, helping to make his racing program possible this year. Dwight Brown will tuck in behind one of the back markers, take the checkered flag. He's our race winner. The 55 of Darren Thring will finish in second. Third place will go to our race winner's brother and the champion in the modifieds, Graham Brown.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder is sponsored by Dale's Auto Center. For all your car's bumper-to-bumper mechanical service, stop by at the garage location at 1333 Thornton Road South, entrance from Terwilliger. Or if you don't have a car, drop in at Dale's Auto Center sales location at Ritson and Olive in Oshawa. Telephone 723-7787 for more information.
Welcome back to Mosport Speedway Thunder. I'm with Richie Minette, who won the final of the Thunder Car Heats, and like Dan just finished saying, he needed that, you needed this. You guys are in a tight battle.
Oh, very tight. I needed this. That last heat when I spun out, I did not need that. I guess Dwayne was losing some fluid, and he slid up into me, and I spun out down the back straight there, and I really didn't need that. That really hurts me. We'll see what I can do in the future.
Do you know exactly where you ended up finishing in that first heat after that?
No, I figured about 15 cars. I think maybe 3 from the back. I ended up passing Dwayne in another slow car. I had a flat tire, but I still made it across the line. So
Well, I can't wait till they put the lineup on the board for the future and see where the two of you start. It's going to be interesting.
Hey, I never thought of that. It's going to help me, actually. So it'll put me up a little further in the feature. So the car's handling good. I had to steal the tire back from my dad that I loaned him. He's not too happy about that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Well, thanks to Dad. You may be in good shape. Congratulations on the heat win.
Great. Thanks, Lynn.
Okay, Richie Minette is done for the heats. Jim, back to you.
Into one once again. We're under green flag. Joe Seff is our race leader. Second place is Ed Beatty in the Bose-sponsored 90 car. As we've got a machine slowing in the middle of turn number 2, and Mike Horton gets tangled up in behind the 38 car. Jamie Hale from Newcastle holds up one of the quicker cars, but only for a moment, and unfortunately those two cars had a little coming together. Jamie Hale, though, back up to race speed on the race circuit. Van Hemmen and General Tire helping to provide the sponsorship for tonight's action here at Mosport International Speedway, as the race leader is Joe Seff. Ed Beatty runs second. Frank Botto runs in third. Fourth now, Link Brown. Fifth place is Alex Jordan. Sixth, as he slides out of turn number 4, is Alex Hamilton. And he's just in front of Bill Northam in the Bill Shackleton Remax Realty 85 car. Again, Hamilton slides through turn number 1. Hamilton's putting on a show in the 17 car. The car perhaps a little looser than he likes it, but it sure is spectacular to watch. Link Brown runs side by side with the 27 of Frank Botto. Link Brown, the Allied Signal 99 car, takes over the spot and now runs in third position on the racetrack. Botto now has a problem to the inside as Alex Jordan sees that opening and pokes the nose of the white 43 car up beside him. And we've got a car sliding sideways in turn number 1. And unless I'm mistaken, there's a big stripe of what looks to be oil down the front straightaway. Things are real slippery over in turn number 1 and could explain a lot of things on the racetrack. The one Joe Seff machine still into turn number 1 all by himself as he builds on that lead with every lap as everybody dices in behind him. Alex Hamilton and Link Brown now run side by side. That's a battle for third in behind Ed Beatty. Hamilton makes it 3 wide into turn number 3. The cars bounce off each other. Link Brown gets it sideways but gets it collected again. And now Alex Jordan is doing everything but pushing Ed Beatty down the front straightaway. Jordan gets up beside him into turn number 1. 3 cars come together and hard into the wall. They make it 3 wide. Alex Jordan, the 99 car of Link Brown got squeezed into the wall, had no place to go, and the 90 car of Ed Beatty was involved there too. Alex Jordan tried to make it 3 wide, and we've had some cars come up hard into the wall. The safety machines are underway. We are under red, and we'll check on all the drivers and have a report for you momentarily from Mosport.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder is sponsored by A's Auto Body, collision and refinishing of all cars and trucks and all makes and models. A's Auto Body is located at 838 Ritson Road South in Oshawa. And for more information, telephone 571-3843. A's Auto Body, serving Durham for over 15 years.
An ordinary hamburger and your banquet burger deluxe. Either is good depending on what you want, which brings us to Midas Mufflers. At Midas, they have top quality Midas mufflers guaranteed for as long as you own your car. Or they have the Economizer at a very reasonable price and guaranteed for 1 full year. The point is, you get some choice in the menu, which is important. I like choice. I have one to make right now. I've made it. It's the way it should be. Midas.
Here we go to turn number 1. We're under green and everybody manages to make it through except 2 cars. The 15 and 16 slide to a stop over there. Ron Martin and Doug Newby. The 15 machine in particular, Ron Martin, comes to a stop in the middle of turn number 1. We're back to yellow. And they were doing so well. The 15 car is stopped in the middle in between 1 and 2. They charged into the first corner, and 2 cars were side by side, and that was enough to cause a spin and bring out a yellow. The 16 machine apparently is in need of a little repair as well. Doug Newby from Mississauga has a chunk of the fender rubbing on the tire, and one of our officials is giving him a hand. Asked him to turn the wheel back and forth and said, yeah, that's clear. You may proceed. So we're under yellow at the present time. The Alex Hamilton car sits in the pits, and I'm afraid we may have seen the last of that one. We'll be back with more green flag racing in Mosport in a minute.
In the fast-paced world of video production, it all narrows down to one: moments in time. Supporters of Mosport, we specialize in the video production of weddings, sports events, concerts, children's parties, and corporate videos. Owned and operated by a trained and experienced professional, expect the best from videographer Daniil Hatherley. For more information, call area code 905-571-2757.
Some of the cars we'll have a restart without include the 43 of Alex Jordan, the 99 car of Link Brown, and the 9-0 machine of Ed Beatty, unfortunately. However, we still got a big crowd. The sportsmen are back under green here at Mosport. Joseph leads them into turn number 1 and into second right off the bat. The 17 of Alex Hamilton. Frank Botto ran in third spot, but here comes Mike Horton. Horton and Botto run side by side into turn number 3. Botto with the outside line holds on just a little bit longer, but Horton still has that inside line and slides his way into a third spot on the track. Mike Horton now runs in third spot. Botto runs fourth. Fifth is Bill Northam in the 85 car. Joe Sepp, the race leader, down the back straightaway. Sepp, Hamilton, Horton, Botto, Northam. Joe Millett in the 47 Trust Transport Performance Racing used car runs in 6th spot on the track. 7th now is the 44 of Rick Brown. 7th spot, car number 38. That's the Jamie Hale machine, which had some problems earlier on, but now appears to be running pretty strongly. Also out on the racetrack and back up the speed is the 16 involved in a spin a moment ago, Doug Newby. Down the front straightaway, 2 laps to go will be the sign shown to the drivers. 2 laps are left for Joe Sepp in the Cunningham Racing Engine number 1 machine. The competition automotive sponsored 17 of Alex Hamilton, broken foot and all, runs in second spot. 31X is our third spot runner. That's the Mustang Saloon number 31 car of Mike Horton. Now Joe Sepp slides a big number 1 machine out of turn 4 toward the white flag. 1 to go. The 38 machine slows and trails a small plume of smoke as well. The number 38 machine with a mechanical problem will roll around into the pits as the balance of the field comes around for the last time. Joseph, Alex Hamilton, Mike Horton, Frank Botto trying to hold off Bill Northam in turn number 4. Joseph wins. It's Hamilton, Horton, Frank Botto just holds off Bill Northam at the stripe. Joseph is our race winner at Mosport.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder is sponsored by Van Hemmen Tires and Sales, dealers for Hoosier and General Tire. Serving the Durham region for over 25 years with great pride towards customer service. Located at 317 Hopkins Street in Whitby, or call 666-2121 for more information.
John Owen to the inside in the red number 2 machine. The outside, the white number 70 of Jeff Henley. The inside of the row number 2 is Stu Robinson Jr. in the Mach 1 Trucking number 63 car. To the outside, it's the 38 of Terry Robichaud. The inside of the next row, the 80 is Vince Michelli, and the green flag flies. We're racing once again. The super late models here at Mosport. Owen and Hanley drive into turn number 1, side by side. Hanley has been able to pass people on the outside all night long and doesn't make any exception here as the 70 car moves out front of John Owen. Hanley and Owen drive nose to tail through turn number 4 and down the front straightaway for the first time. Jeff Hanley leads. Owen is second. Robinson third. Fourth is Robichaud. Fifth is the 99 car down the front straightaway of Nick Sapoli. Nick Sinopoli in the 99 machine runs in 5th place. Michelli in 6th. To the inside, car number 93 is Joe Gonzalez, the winner of an earlier heat race here at Mosport. Jeff Hanley, though, our race leader. Hanley pulls out a little bit bigger lead every lap that goes by down the back straightaway. Hanley probably leads by 5 over John Owen now into turn number 3. Stretches it out at the exit of 4 and down the front straightaway. It's still Owen. Hanley in behind. We've got the 63 of Stu Robinson, Terry Robichaud, Joe Gonzalez, the number 99 car of Nick Sinopoli. Vito Michelli still holds on in car number 80, and right behind him, the 90 machine of Doug Shackle. Doug now begins to look to the inside as he gets by Vito Michelli in this lap.
Visiting us once again for the second of the heat so far. A perfect night for Joseph. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. Perfect so far.
Like I said, you need the points.
I sure do.
So what's going on now for the feature?
Got to win the feature too to finish second here in total points for the year.
Pedal to the metal.
That's it, pedal to the metal. Not for the feature.
Okay, well, he's got gung-ho in him. Jim, back to you.
Hanley down the front straightaway as he begins to put some of the back markers a lap down. The 25 machine involved in an incident earlier on tonight now runs without the nose gear. Rob Forsythe without the hood will go a lap down to the race leader. Jeff Hanley moves by to the outside in turn number 4, takes over that spot, puts him a lap down. John Owen will do likewise on the front straightaway. Now running in 3rd spot on the racetrack. Side by side, the battle for 3rd continues through 1. Joe Gonzalez in 3rd spot. Stu Robinson Jr. runs in 4th as Gonzalez puts a little bit of room between himself and the 4th place 63 car. Now in 5th place with 2 laps to go, the sign being given to the race leader as they go by. Nick Sinopoli's 99 machine runs in 5th, and he's got a challenge from Doug Shackle on his hands. Down the back straightaway with a lap and a half to go, it's Jeff Hanley, John Owen, Joe Gonzalez, Stu Robinson Jr. Jeff Hanley now will get the white flag with 1 to go. The Quaker State Midas sponsored number 70 machine is our race leader with only 3 corners to go. Now 2 at the exit of corner number 2 down the back straightaway. Jeff Hanley, John Owen, Joe Gonzalez gets by one of the back markers. The number 58 machine will go a lap down to the race leader this time around. And here they come down the front straightaway. Jeff Hanley's our race winner. John Owen is second with the white hooded red machine. Joe Gonzalez will finish 3rd. 4th place will go to Stu Robinson, and coming in 5th, Nick Sinopoli. The checkered flag flies for Jeff Hanley, and our heat races are done as we've got a car on fire in the pit lane. Car number 33 is quickly the safety crew goes to work on the Darren Gillespie machine. The last lap he pulled in along pit lane, and there is still a little bit of fire in one of the front brakes. The 33 machine goes up in flames as we have a rather spectacular end to our heat races here at Mosport International Speedway.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder is brought to you by Hammond Racing Fuels, official suppliers of racing fuels for Mosport International Speedway. For more information about the highest octane available for your race car, call 1-800-265-1732. Hammond Racing Fuels, proud sponsors of Mosport Speedway Thunder.
After the races, then what? My hope is that you will come and visit me at the Bridlewood Brethren in Christ Church. I'm Pastor Kelly, Mosport's track pastor, also known as the Rev. Our church is located at 480 Huntingwood Drive between Warden and Pharmacy. Our Sunday morning worship service starting September 10 will be at 11 a.m., where you will hear my positive, challenging message of hope that will encourage you to stay away from life's walls, out of the pits, and on the right track so that you will win God's checkered flag.
Hello everybody and welcome to a somewhat dark sky here at Mosport International Speedway. We are here for the final night of Speedway Thunder for the points championships as well as the drivers. They're wrapping it up all tonight. We've got the Invitational next weekend, but for now these guys are thinking about championships.
Darn right. We've got all sorts of people coming by going, well, if he finishes here, you know, does that mean that so-and-so's got a chance at something else? And we got a couple of people leading by 2 points, and somebody's 4 points behind somebody else, and it's all going into the feature races in just a few minutes here at Mosport.
Yeah, let's go through the field as it stood, at least coming into the night before the heat races. We've had some changes, obviously, from the heats, but we'll first look at the Thunder cars, and that was already wrapped up coming into tonight's races. Ken Donaldson has just been awesome all summer long.
He's been amazing all summer long. There's no doubt about it, and he did it again tonight, even though I don't think he won one of the heat races tonight. I think he was second in both of them that he did run. But boy, he really has put on some kind of a clinic for the other folks in Thunder car, how to set up a car, how to win, and how to be a good winner. Like, the guys just got the most pleasant disposition of anybody I've ever met. Ken Donaldson is a very worthy champion in Thunder car this year.
I couldn't agree more. And looking at the rest of it there, we've got Dan Robinson sitting second and Richie Minette third. They are still in that battle. Even after the heats, it's very tight between the two of them.
Oh, very much so. Dan Robinson had a win in the heat, and Richie Minette was right up there as well. So we're set up for a great one. There's only a couple points separating those two, and there's a couple other tight battles, but the battle for second place in Thunder car is the one to watch tonight.
Up next, we're going to show the modifieds. Now, that was a championship that was decided last week. Graham Brown's done a phenomenal job this year, as well as Ken Donaldson. Some great drivers this year. Modifieds, it's all Graham Brown, but behind him it's a battle. It's now actually Dwight Brown after the heats ahead of Darrell Leatherdale by 2 points.
It's turned into an incredible battle, and well, Dwight Brown won his heat earlier on, and that's been the difference there. Darrell Leatherdale's been up there all season long. He's been really consistent, but he really needs a victory tonight, or certainly he has to finish in front of Dwight by several positions, as a matter of fact, to keep those Brown brothers from being 1 and 2.
Late Model Sportsman's will be up next, and that's another one that's got to be decided here tonight. The final two will be decided. Late Model Sportsman's and Super Late Models are yet to be decided here this evening. As far as Late Model Sportsman's are concerned, Mike Horton has the lead, and now it's Joseph just ahead of Frank Batto. But I tell you, it's still within grasp for Joseph, and I'm not sure about Frank yet.
Well, you never can tell. Frank's never one to be counted out. We've seen him have some problems in heat races earlier on. I think it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago. The car was torn up rather badly, and the crew just did an amazing, lightning-fast job and managed to get the car back together in time. Frank Batto, because of that effort and others like it over the course of the season, has himself a real good chance at second place. Whether anybody can catch Mike Horton is another question, but Mike's been running real strong tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up with the championship.
We'll take a look at the points and see if Frank has a chance, in fact, still to get the championship. But nonetheless, even if it's second or third, it's been a fantastic year for the number 27 car. Let's move on to the Super Late Models, and that one is between Jeff Hanley and John Owen, and those two are going right down to the final battle just before the heats concluded, or just after the heats concluded, rather. We usually talk to the winners of each of the heats, but Jeff couldn't come over. He's really working on that car. He's not, breathing easy yet.
Well, he's pretty intense. There's no doubt about it. There's a lot on the line tonight to see who's going to take home the championship. We've got Jeff Hanley just in front of John Owen, and that's the way they finished in the heat race just a few moments ago. Stu Robinson's been up there all season long, but they're in a real good battle for third spot with Joe Gonzalez, who again has been a real strong runner late in the season and certainly a strong runner in the over the course of the evening here tonight.
Well, that's it as far as the championships are concerned for the classes that are running tonight. But as well, last weekend, Street Stocks ran their final of the year, and it was Graham Brown that took the championship there. And we've got the top 10 in the Street Stocks for you to have a look at. It's Graham Brown, Derek Henderson finishing second, and Rick Boucher came home third.
Yeah, it really was some great racing, and as far as memory serves, I think it was probably one of the cleaner races we've seen here in quite a while as well. And we're looking for another couple clean races to come our way. We got 4 more on tap, and I have a feeling it's going to be a real quick night here at Mosport. As everybody's gunning for every single point that they can garner. Nobody wants to throw anything away along the way.
Yeah, lots of positions to be gained yet before the end of the night's concluded here at Mosport International Speedway. I'm Glenn Butt. Jim Martin is alongside. He'll be up in the booth to call all the action as we go into the features for the final night for the championships to decide it all here at the Mosport International Speedway for 1995. We'll be right back with Speedway Thunder.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder is sponsored by Van Hemmen Tires and Sales, dealers for Hoosier and General Tire. Serving the Durham region for over 25 years with great pride towards customer service. Located at 317 Hopkins Street in Whitby, or call 666-2121 for more information.
It's General Tire Night here at Mosport International Speedway, and we're about to go racing once again. It's feature time, and the Thunder cars have taken to the track. The lights are off on our Chevy Camaro pace car, and we're about to get underway. The front row of the field, we've got the Zero car of Joe Anderson out of Markham, the Midas Canada and Michael Kelly's restaurant-sponsored machine. Beside him, driving car number 31 tonight is Kim Powers. Kim and her husband Paul usually share the ride. It's her turn tonight behind the wheel of the 31 machine in the transmission place. Durham Rescue and Towing sponsored car. In behind, row number 2 to the inside, the 16 is Neil Singling, an Oshawa native. And to the outside, we've got the 25 of Ross Pettifer in the Precise Office Repair and Tenet Automotive car. The green flag flies, and we're underway here at Mosport. Joe Anderson leads the field into turn number 1. Kim Powers follows him through, and there is a car sideways in the front straightaway, and he just got nailed by Don Coppins, who had no place to go. Don backs the car out of harm's way. The 47 pilot is already out of the car. We can see Larry Brown out of Oshawa getting his seatbelts off. He's out of the car. Don Coppins backed the 44 First Line Racing Products machine out of the way. The crews are on the way to give them a once-over. We've got the safety crew, the fire extinguishers handy. The balance of the field has come to a halt. We are under red here at Mosport International Speedway, and the ambulance crew is out to give everybody a look-see. Right off the bat, the 47 got spun in the middle of the front straightaway, and he could do nothing but sit there and hope nobody tagged him. And unfortunately, after half a dozen cars got by without any problem, Don Coppins had nowhere to go. The 44 machine of Don Coppins took the nose off the 47 car, and Larry Brown from Oshawa was quickly out of his car. Don is out of his machine and giving it a once-over. In true race driver tradition, the first thing they do is check the car. Both cars took a pretty big lick. The 47 machine, obviously with no radiator fluid left in it, that was the first thing to burst as it rested on the front straightaway. As far as the vehicles and how much cleanup time we're talking here, because the radiators are filled with water, that's a very quick repair as far as our Mosport Speedway cleanup crew is concerned. Don Coppins' car has had the front suspension cleaned off the front of it, and I don't know whether he'll be able to run in our final race of 1995. Down at the far end of the racetrack, the ambulance crew has stopped to take a look at one of the drivers who has come to a halt over there just underneath our bucket camera, which overlooks the front straightaway, and I'm not sure what is going on down there. The ambulance crew has come to a stop at the entrance to turn number 1 to give one of the drivers a look-see. Now, I don't think he was involved in anything. Nonetheless, he may have been shaken up by just what has transpired. We had a couple of cars come in contact just at the entrance to the pit lane after all of the major action had taken place in front of us here. So we've had a minor incident take place as well. And the ambulance crew is taking care of the drivers over there. Paul Waldstein is one of them. And I'm not sure who else was involved. Nonetheless, we'll try to bring you up to date with things as soon as we can bring you some names and numbers. Don Coppins wheels the 47 car out of harm's way. Paul Waldstein's crew goes to work on the 94 car, which was involved in a rather minor incident out on the racetrack, which happened after the major crash that captured most of our attention. Okay, as I understand it, the 41 Steve Martin car was involved over there, and that's... Oh, Donnie Beatty is the car which was right up against the wall, and the vehicle is now being towed away. So the 90 car was the one that the ambulance crew went over to take a quick look at. Apparently he's all right. The car is being towed away. The 44 Don Coppins crew, even though I thought the suspension surely would have been damaged on that car, goes to work on it. And the cleanup crew along the front straightaway spread some of the water from the radiator of the 47 Larry Brown car around, and hopefully as soon as we get a tow vehicle over there, we will be back to racing. We have a bit of a break in the action here at Mosport International Speedway. Hold on, we got more.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder is brought to you by Hammond Racing Fuels, official suppliers of racing fuels for Mosport International Speedway. For more information about the highest octane available for your race car, call 1-800-265-1732. Hammond Racing Fuels, proud sponsors of Mosport Speedway Thunder.
Under green once again down the back straightaway. Leading the field is Joe Anderson, the 0 car, trying to hold off the 16 of Neil Singerling out of Oshawa. Neil in the Midas-sponsored 16 machine runs door handle to door handle through 3 and now into turn number 4. Down the back straightaway as the field begins to stretch out a little bit. We've got 3 cars abreast through turn number 4, and they managed to do it. Anderson still on the high side of the racetrack. Singerling won't give him any running room in behind the 7 of Dominic Gelli. The 24 machine runs in 4th spot. That's Sean Hardy for Moreno, and Richie Minette runs in 5th place. Richie Minette, who needs every point he can possibly get. This is the last points night of the season here at Mosport, and Richie Minette is definitely in the hunt and trying to move up as quickly as he can in the number 5 car. Joe Anderson finally gets clear of the front bumper of Neil Singerling. The 16 car fades back as Richie Minette drives around him, and now will drive to the inside of Joe Anderson. Richie Minette takes over first place in turn number 3. The Sherway temperature control 95, number 5 car now runs in 1st spot. Joe Anderson runs 2nd. Singerling is 3rd. Sean Hardy in the Easton Audio sponsored car runs side by side with him. Again, gets stuck to the high side in a battle for 3rd spot out on the racetrack. A couple of cars come together, including the 03 of Rob LeBlanc, and right beside LeBlanc, driving beside the 66 car down the back straightaway now. Here comes the number 3 Ken Donaldson car as the taxi sponsored machine with a cab light on the roof now looks to the inside of Dominic Gelli. He gets held up behind Neil Singerling now. Ken Donaldson right on the back bumper of the 16 car. Donaldson moves to the inside. They run door handle to door handle. Dominic Galli will try it on the outside. Won't get by into turn number 3 this time around. Rob LeBlanc in the 0-3 car gets up beside Dominic Galli now. As there's a small log jam in behind the 24 of Sean Hardy. Down the front straightaway, Donaldson will drive to the outside, trying to take away third spot. Joe Anderson runs in second. Way out front now, Richie Minette has increased his gap every lap because everybody's dicing in behind him. Ken Donaldson, though, is clear and is now on his way toward the front, running in third spot. He begins to chase down the 0 of Joe Anderson. Minette down the front straightaway. 6 laps have been completed of our 20-lap feature race for the Thunder car. Georgetown native Richie Minette driving the Timeless Treasures and Adel Mechanical sponsored number 5 car into turn number 3. Has about a half straightaway advantage over the number 3 of Ken Donaldson. And he'll try to take that one to the bank if he possibly can. Richie Minette is 10 points behind Dan Robinson. He sits in third place coming into this final race of the season. Dan Robinson goes down the start-finish line. He is now behind Neil Singerling. The race order at 7 laps as Don Andrews gets into the back of Singerling and moves him out of his way so that he can get by. The race order now, we are at 8 laps when they cross the start-finish line. Richie Minette is first, Donaldson is second, Anderson third, LeBlanc fourth. We've got Hardy in fifth. Andrews now runs in sixth, and seventh place is Dan Robinson. Dan Robinson trying to catch up to the race leader. Robinson knows that if he finishes far enough behind, he will give up second place in the final point standings. Richie Minette sits in third. Dan Robinson sits in second place coming into the final tonight here at Mosport International Speedway. Rapidly closing on the 10-lap mark. 9 are down now as Richie Minette enters turn number 2. Ken Donaldson begins to chase him down. Richie Minette probably doesn't care if Ken Donaldson gets by as long as Dan Robinson doesn't. Ken Donaldson through turn number 3. Richie Minette trying to drive as smooth a line as he possibly can in the number 5 car. Gets the cross flags indicating halfway. 10 laps are down. There are 10 to go as Ken Donaldson tries to chase down Richie Minette. And Dan Robinson tries to get by as many people as he can. John Andrews drives down low and will force Robinson to drive to the high side. Andrews and Robinson drive side by side, exchange a little paint through turn number 1. They go down the back straightaway, nose to nose. They catch up behind the 0 Joe Anderson car. Joe Anderson isn't going to make it easy for either one. Joe Anderson wouldn't mind a decent finish. The car slides to the infield. The 72 of Dwayne Glassbergen pulls into the grass out of harm's way. Whether we'll stay green or not is a discretion call by somebody. Smoke pours from underneath the hood of the 72 car over between turns 3 and 4. He's out of harm's way. He's going to back it off the wall there. Whether he'll turn it around and get it out of harm's way, we'll never know. It's under yellow. We are now yellow. The most disappointed guy in the crowd has to be Richie Minette, who gives up whatever advantage he had over the Ken Donaldson number 3 car. And this will allow Dan Robinson to catch up to our race leaders. 11 laps have been completed. We're under yellow here at Mosport.
A lot of damage here on the number 47. You can see the front end. Larry Brown, you're the driver of the car. First thing off, you're all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What happened out there? That's a tough lick in the front end of this car.
Well, they tell me that the 90 car broke a ball joint. That sent him over to the right, caught me in the back end, put me a little bit sideways, but I couldn't get it straightened around. The car started fishtailing. We wound up against the wall, and the other cars had nowhere to go, caught me right in the front corner and just ruined the car.
Collected a lot of cars, but I haven't seen all of them. I've seen yours and the 94 car now, and I think yours looks like it could be one of the worst of it. A tough break is, what, about your 4th night you've mentioned that this is for you?
Yeah, we were here earlier, and much the same thing happened in the same corner. We got the car back together, got it back out here, and like I say, we had 3 good races. We were getting it faster every week, but now I don't know. Maybe it's fortunate it's the end of the season. We may be able to get it back together for next year. Guess it depends on finances, eh?
A lot of work, at least the front clip here for sure.
I feel bad for the boys at Pro Street. They've been with us for a couple of years now, helping us out, and every time it starts like we're going to start cooking, something like this happens. So I don't know, maybe just don't have the luck to be a racer. I don't know, but it seems bad things happen to us here. It's just dumb luck, you know. It's just the way it goes.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to get this back together again and come back and visit us again next year, Larry.
I sure hope so. You know, I like the race and it's great fun, but man, it's expensive when you're tearing them up like this.
All right, well, all the best in getting it back together. We'll be right back with more from the Mosport International Speedway as we're under caution with the Thunder Cars.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder has been sponsored by DNS Towing Service, the official towing service for the Molson Indy and Mosport Park. DNS Towing holds public auctions every 4 to 6 weeks on their premises located at 111 Torrey York Drive in Weston. For more information about the next auction on September the 16th, telephone 416-745-5555.
Under green once again here at Mosport International Speedway. General Tire Night continues. The Thunder Cars now have 9 laps remaining in their feature race as Rob LeBlanc gets it a little squirrely at the exit of turn number 2, but holds onto it. He is just in front of Dan Robinson, who is going to be doing the best he can to try to catch up to the Richie Minette number 5 car. Minette has to finish at the very least out in front to have a chance at finishing second in the point standings. Ken Donaldson in the number 3 car challenging for first place now has the championship all but wrapped up. Donaldson runs side by side with Minette down the back straightaway. Ken Donaldson, sponsored by Durham Rapid Taxi, drives the white car with the taxi sign on the roof. Maybe not one of the most aerodynamic vehicles on the racetrack, but it sure is a quick one. Minette slides the 5 car sideways but can't keep up. Donaldson takes over first place on lap 13. In the middle of the field, there's a few passes being made as Joe Anderson drops a spot to Trevor Veach. The Toronto Sun-sponsored TJT Racing Product 75 car takes over that spot on the racing track, and that is 6th place. He now runs behind Don Andrews. The Port Hope native in the 27 car, sponsored by folks like Hutchins Cylinder Heads and North Shore Lanes and Pinecrest Video. Don Andrews runs in 5th place rather comfortably at the present time. 2 car lengths in front of Trevor Beach, although he is about 4 behind Don, or not Don, the number 2 machine of Dan Robinson, and now begins to challenge the 03 of Rob LeBlanc. They run side by side at the exit of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Robinson trying to make up as much ground as he can, has an inside line into turn number 1. Puts the nose of the green number 2 machine in beside Rob LeBlanc and doesn't give him any choice about giving him running room through turn number 2. Rob LeBlanc fights back, but in turn number 3 it slides back another foot still. Dan Robinson is now clear and runs in 3rd place right behind Richie Minette. Ken Donaldson, Richie Minette, and Dan Robinson, those cars are in the point standings 1, 3, and 2. Although they run 2nd and 3rd on the racetrack, the 23 Tim Peters car goes around in turn number 4 all by itself. He gets the car turned around and will rejoin the race as he drives to the inside as the race leader comes by. 17 laps have been completed. There are 3 now to go. 3 laps remain. We've got a car that's gone up in smoke down the front straightaway. I believe that is Robin McNevin. Car number 91, Robin McNevin's car, goes up in a cloud of steam over there. I don't know whether the car blew up or perhaps he just broke a radiator hose. Nonetheless, it certainly is a dramatic way to end another season of racing. The final points night of 1995 here at Mosport. No doubt about it, that is one hot car. Robin McNevin's 91 as the tow machine lines up in front of it and will tow him out of harm's way. We'll go back to green flag racing in just a moment.
After the races, then what? My hope is that you will come and visit me at the Bridlewood Brethren in Christ Church. I'm Pastor Kelly, Mosport's track pastor, also known as the Rev. Our church is located at 480 Huntingwood Drive between Warden and Pharmacy. Our Sunday morning worship service starting September 10 will be at 11 a.m., where you will hear my positive, challenging message of hope that will encourage you to stay away from life's walls, out of the pits, and on the right track so that you will win God's checkered flag.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder is sponsored by Dale's Auto Center. For all your car's bumper-to-bumper mechanical service, stop by at the garage location at 1333 Thornton Road South, entrance from Terwilliger. Or if you don't have a car, drop in at Dale's Auto Center sales location at Ritson and Olive in Oshawa. Telephone 723-7787 for more information.
All right, we have completed 17 laps. There are 3 to go. We are currently under yellow as we await the conclusion of the first of our heat races here at General Tire Night here at Mosport International Speedway. We'd like to thank the folks from Van Hammond for coming out this evening and helping to supply us with prizes and popcorn, too, as a matter of fact, that they were dispensing to the crowd tonight. The race order at our restart with 3 to go will be the number 3 car of Ken Donaldson, the champion of Thunder Cars for 1995 at Mosport, leads them down the front straightaway. Richie Minette tries to stay out in front of Dan Robinson, and this is going to be a dogfight. Robinson gets the car sideways as he brakes into turn number 1. The Dan Robinson car is not the most stable under braking from the look of it. That might be something to watch for in the next 2.5 laps as he chases down Richie Minette. Minette has to stay out in front of Dan Robinson to hold on to any chance of finishing second in the points. Don Andrews runs in 4th place now. 5th belongs to Rob LeBlanc. But he's got a challenge on the outside. Trevor Beach drives the 75 car up beside him and will try to steal that spot before this one's over. As well, Joe Anderson, Vic Minette in the 4 car running that group. Ken Perrier, and we've got a couple of cars back together at the exit of turn number 2. Ross Pettifer and the 24 of Sean Hardy. However, they managed to separate each other and from each other and get down the back straightaway. The white flag now for Ken Donaldson. The white flag comes out. 1 lap to go. Can Dan Robinson get around Richie Minette? Robinson slides all the way through turn number 2 and watches Richie Minette drive away. Richie Minette runs in 2nd place now, and it looks as though that's where he's going to finish. Dan Robinson is going to try to take one last run at the number 5 car. Ken Donaldson will win. Richie Minette finishes 2nd. 3rd goes to Dan Robinson. 4th will be Don Andrews, Rob LeBlanc, Trevor Beach, Vic Minette, Joe Anderson, Ross Pettifer, Ken Perrier. And another great race, another great season at Mosport International Speedway. The final points night for the Thunder Cars, and Ken Donaldson wins it.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder is sponsored by A's Auto Body, collision and refinishing of all cars and trucks at all makes and models. A's Auto Body is located at 838 Ritson Road South in Oshawa. And for more information, telephone 571-3843. A's Auto Body, serving Durham for over 15 years.
The white flag's out along the front straightaway here at Mosport International Speedway. The second of our the second of our 4 feature races about to get underway. Down the start-finish line to the inside, the number 90 machine belongs to John Houston from Keswick. To the outside is the 60 car that Jeff Clancy up in Angus has for sale. As a matter of fact, if you want to go racing, he's got a 95 CSC chassis, roll cage, spare tires, rims, gears, transmission, front end parts. The Cube Band, he's selling the tandem trailer too. If you want to go racing, You might want to check out the number 60 modified that Jeff Clancy has for sale. I'm sure he'll swing you a deal. Jeff Clancy in the number 16 machine leads the crowd around. To the inside, we have Bob Moxon in the blue number 8 machine, and right beside him, the 92 of Tom Wilson from Novelty. The green flag is out, and we're racing as Jeff Clancy leads the field down the front straightaway into turn number 1 for the first lap here at Mosport International Speedway with the modifieds. Clancy leads the crowd. Tom Wilson runs in second now. Darrell Leatherdale follows him through to run in third. Fourth place, side by side, we've got John Houston, and we got a car up against the wall. 2 cars up against the wall at the outside of turn number 2. 2 cars in the middle of the back straightaway as we got a car that spins in turn number 4. We've had all sorts of spins. A spin in 2. We had a spin down here at turn number 4, and 2 cars got pinched into the wall. The 55 got locked up with the 08 of Rick Woolner. The 55 machine of Darren Thring, Rick Woolner, both come together in the middle of the back straightaway, and we're under red here at Mosport. The safety vehicle, the tow truck, and the ambulance are over there as they give everybody a look-see. In the middle of the back straightaway, we've got the ambulance crew, we've got the cleanup crew as well. We've got one of our safety vehicles over there too.
I can't always drive. That's it, right?
It's just in behind the fence over there on the far side of the racetrack. Darren Thring is up against the wall, and it appears as though the 08 of Rick Woolner got pinched over there and didn't have any place to go. Once the front of Rick Woolner's car came in contact with the rear of Darren Thring's, Darren's automatically got turned to the right and forced both the machines up against the wall. So the 2 cars over there, Rick Woolner and Darren Thring, come to a halt. The cleanup crew is over there on the scene immediately, as is our ambulance crew here at Mosport, and we'll be back with more green flag racing as soon as we clean up the debris on the back straightaway here at Mosport.
An ordinary hamburger and your banquet burger deluxe. Either is good depending on what you want, which brings us to Midas Mufflers. At Midas, they have top quality Midas mufflers guaranteed for as long as you own your car. Or they have the economizer at a very reasonable price and guaranteed for 1 full year. The point is, you get some choice in the menu, which is important. I like choice. I have one to make right now. I've made it. It's the way it should be. Midas.
Welcome back to Mosport Speedway Thunder, and there it is, the shot of the 3 car and that wonderful hood ornament that pretty much says it all. You aimed at the competition and you got them all. You've won the championship. We've already mentioned that, of course, but this is because you won another feature. Congratulations. And the NASCAR hat dance starts.
Yeah, it was great. First, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Rapid Taxi and Custom Steering Gear. Man, that race was deja vu from last week. I was about a half a straightaway behind Richie there, and we were, I just pretty much burned my brakes off trying to catch him, because you never know if there's going to be a caution. And I think we had 6 laps or something to go. The caution come out, and it made it a lot easier.
Well, congratulations once again on another feature win.
Thanks a lot. I'd just like to eat a little crow, too, if I can, because Dwight Brown and Graham Brown, if you remember back in the beginning of the season, we did a little bet on how many features. I said Milligan would win 8 features, and was I wrong there? And my son bet 7 for Dwight Brown, and I think he was ribbing me earlier. I think he's gotten 6.
Well, there it is. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Ken Donaldson wins the feature and the championship. Jim, we've got some more racing on the track. Let's go to you.
Brown runs in third. Dwight Brown, runs in third spot. Clancy falls a spot down. Darrell Leatherdale is now a race leader. It's Leatherdale, Dwight Brown. The 60 of Jeff Clancy falls to fourth spot as Graham Brown goes by on the high side at the exit of turn number 2. There's 2 and 0-2 cars. The Brown brothers run second and third behind Darrell Leatherdale. Dwight runs in second and has to drive to the high side of the TTR Transport sponsored 25 machine. 2 cars again into the wall at the end of the front straightaway. Up against the concrete wall, we have the Bob Moxon number 8 machine, and I believe that's the 71. I'm not sure. We'll have to check on a number for you. I can't read the number at this angle. .43 Mark Brown from Beaverton is the car over against the wall as he and Bob Moxon come together at the exit of turn number 4. The 43 machine is the one which ends up immobilized against the concrete wall. We have completed 3 laps of our 25-lap feature. Darrell Leatherdale down the back straightaway leads Graham Brown. Now Dwight Brown in the 2 car, Graham Brown in the 0-2 car. Jeff Clancy will start in behind that group as they play bumper cars over there for just a minute. We haven't even gone green yet. Darrell Leatherdale, the TTR Transport sponsor car, gets a little bit of a jump on everybody else. The green comes up. It's Leatherdale, Dwight Brown, Graham Brown. Jim Rossiter now runs in 4th. Jeff Clancy in 5th as they head into turn number 1. We're green once again. 3 laps have been completed. The field begins to stretch out just a little bit into turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, here comes the Brown family. Jeff Clancy out of Angus, sitting tenth in the standings with 249 points coming into tonight. Started off well, currently runs in 6th spot out on the racetrack. Darrell Leatherdale trying to fend off a challenge from Dwight Brown. The red number 2 machine drives to the inside in 3. Side by side, Leatherdale trying to fight him off down the front straightaway. They're still side by side, and Graham Brown's right in behind. Great door handle racing through number 1, number 2, and now Dwight Brown has pulled clear of the 25 car and takes over first place on his own. Dwight Brown, Darrell Leatherdale. Graham Brown now looks to the inside of the black machine down the front straightaway. The 2 red cars, the Brown brothers. Dwight is already, or Graham rather, has already wrapped up the championship as far as the modifieds are concerned. The open wheel cars here at Mosport International Speedway doesn't have a lot to prove tonight. However, the 0-2 car currently runs in 3rd spot, and Darrell Leatherdale, who runs in 2nd, and we are under yellow. The 66 Jim Rossiter car goes up in smoke, and I believe may have dropped a bunch of oil on the racetrack. We'll have to go wait and see. The number 66 car smokes in the pits as he has cooked the motor on the orange car, and we'll be back with more green flag racing after we check out the race circuit. Machine goes up in smoke in the front straightaway.
After all the smoke has cleared, find out what happened in the latest issue of Performance Racing News. Each issue contains 2 sections, both filled with in-depth articles from international road racing to your local racing heroes. For more information, call 1-800-667 7223.
Down the back straightaway, our race leader as they get the white flag as we get ready to go green once again. Dwight Brown, the red number 2 machine. Darrell Leatherdale's 25 car runs in second. Third is Graham Brown. Fourth to the inside is Larry Jackson in the 29 car. To the outside, the 66 is Mike Frederick. They're the 22 brothers. Frederick, here comes the green. We're racing once again into turn number 1. Dwight Brown in front of Darrell Leatherdale. There's only a couple points separate these two, but Darrell Leatherdale has to finish in front of Dwight in order to finish second in the standings. Darrell Leatherdale has to finish in front of the red number 2 car. And he's looking to the inside but can't make a pass on this lap. Darrell Leatherdale will try to finish in front of the red number 2 machine. He has to in order to finish second in the point standings as far as our modifieds here at Mosport. Dwight Brown's brother Graham in the red 02 car has already wrapped up the championship as far as the modifieds are concerned. However, Leatherdale has to finish in front of the red number 2 machine and now falls to third spot as Graham gets by him to the inside. One of the better and most bitter battles we've had all season long is the battle between Graham Brown in the red 02 car and Larry Jackson in the black 29. They have had numerous comings together, and we've got another grudge match challenge for next week. Next week in Mosport, a $100 10-lap grudge match, winner take all. The loser gets to have his buddies pick up what's left of the car and take it home for you. A race between Larry Jackson in car number 25 and Graham Brown in 02. That's next week here at Mosport, a 10-lap $100 grudge match race. As they come down the start-finish line, 12 laps have been completed. Dwight Brown in the red number 2 machine, if he wins this one, will finish second to his brother in the 02 car, the points. But Darrell Leatherdale, if he can get in front of the red number 2 machine out front, can overhaul him and at least keep the Brown family from having a 1-2 sweep in the modified championships here at Mosport. But Darrell Leatherdale really has his work cut out for him as the 25 machine is slowly sliding backwards in comparison to the race leaders. Dwight Brown, the red number 2, Graham Brown in the 02 run 1 and 2 here at Mosport International Speedway. Darrell Leatherdale, the TTR Transport sponsored number 25 car running in third position. Fourth place now down the front straightaway, the black number 29 of Larry Jackson. Mike Frederick having a good solid run today in the 22 car. Toby Baker. In behind Toby Baker is the 92 of Tom Wilson. Jeff Clancy continues to circulate after starting out well, has slid back just a little bit. Car number 60 continues to run strongly out on the race course as well. And rounding out the field is Wayne Zoschke from Newcastle in the black number 3 machine. 15 laps have been completed. There are 5 to go here at Mosport. 5 laps remain for the race leader. As the Brown family comes down the start-finish line, Dwight leads. Graham runs in second place. Darrell Leatherdale still third. Larry Jackson is fourth. The Brown car is owned by R&B Motorsports, both sponsored by First Class Engraving and Stevens Rivets, Fram Filters, NGK Spark Plugs, among others. Running in third place presently, the 25 of Darrell Leatherdale, the Blackstock native, and the TTR Transport Glass Van, Great Dane Trailer, Sign Design, and RNG Automotive sponsored machine. Lots of folks having a big part as far as making sure these cars are out here every week entertaining us here at Mosport and around racetracks around the countryside And at every opportunity, we'd like to encourage people to please patronize the sponsors who make this kind of racing possible, because it's not only important to them, but it's important to motorsport in particular. The Brown brothers continue to circulate 1 and 2 with 2 laps now remaining. Dwight Brown, Graham Brown in the 2 and 0-2 cars, respectively. They are currently sitting second and first, respectively, as far as the point standings, though, and that's the way they're going to end unless something happens to one of those 2 cars mechanically. There is practically no chance for Darrell Leatherdale to catch him off the white flag. 1 lap to go. They get by Wayne Joski in turn number 2 and put him a lap down on the balance of the field. They head into turn number 3. Dwight Brown, Graham Brown, the exit of 4, down the front straightaway for the final time. The checkered flag comes up. The race winner, the number 2, is Dwight Brown. Graham is second. Third now will go to Darrell Leatherdale. Fourth, Larry Jackson. Fifth place down the front straightaway now will go to Tom Wilson. So once again, the race order: Dwight Brown, Graham Brown, Darrell Leatherdale, Larry Jackson, Mike Frederick, Tom Wilson, and I believe Toby Baker was right in behind him at the finish. Once again, the modified contest is done here at Mosport International Speedway.
I sing about love, I sing about pain, but now I want to speak about hope. I'm Celine Dion. The pain of cystic fibrosis has touched my family too, as it's touched the lives of so many for so long. But special miracles are showing us every day that all things are possible with your caring and your love. Please help us. Just imagine the song of joy we can sing when we can look into the eyes of a friend like Chanel and say, hey, we've won.
Dwight Brown takes the honors in the modifieds, and at that point we'll move on to the late model sportsmen. They're up next. Now we've got a little bit of a contest for you out there. All you have to do, it's a real simple one, okay? All you have to do is name the 5 champions for 1995. We'll give them all to you, of course, between now and the course of the show. Just name the 5 champions. Be one of the first 5 callers with the correct answer at 1-905-436-3500. That's our Rogers response line in Oshawa. Be one of the first 5 callers in with the correct answer, and you will win a Mosport t-shirt. Now that is again going to be the 5 champions here for the 95 season, and I'll start you off with the Thunder Cars is Ken Donaldson, the Street Stocks is Graham Brown, and the Modifieds is Graham Brown. So there's just 2 more to go, the 2 that are coming up right now. We'll be right back with more from the Mosport International Speedway in a moment.
If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions concerning your community channel, Rogers Community 10, please call the Rogers response line at 436-3500 or write to Rogers Community 10, 301 Marwood Drive, Oshawa, Ontario, L1H 1J4.
From time to time, people pass notes up to the announce tower here at Mosport International Speedway, and I just got one of the nicest notes I think we've ever had. It's from somebody named Bobby McDonald, and it says, thank you to the person that found my Maple Leaf wallet and returned it. That's kind of neat. Bobby McDonald wants to say thanks to whoever found his wallet underneath the grandstand. We're about to go racing once again. Here they come, the sportsmen at Mosport International Speedway. Frank Botto leads the crowd into turn number 1 as they go 3 abreast and manage to miss each other. Wow, we saw that earlier on and it turned into a wreck, but they managed to get by at that time. Alex Hamilton storms into the lead, goes by Frank Botto down the back straightaway to tack over first. Mike Horton in the 31X car runs in third spot, side by side with Bill Northam down the front straightaway. Northam gives a little bit of ground, but not nearly enough as he wants to fight back for that third spot. This promises to be one of the best races of the evening. The front 5 begin to pull away a little bit from the balance of the field. Out front, we've got Alex Hamilton in the blue performance, or Competition Automotive, number 17 sponsored car. Frank Botto in the Molson Take Care sponsor machine runs in second and running third now. The Mustang Saloon 31X car of Mike Horton, who hauls all the way from Dunnville, Ontario every Saturday night to come up here and run he has. Mike Horton has done a pretty fair job as far as late model sportsman. Finds himself on top of the point standings with a 29-point lead coming in over Frank Botto. Joseph in the number 1 car runs in third spot, and he is only 12 behind Frank Botto. So with some decent finishes tonight, Joseph could find himself moving up a notch in the final point standings. Joseph, the Cunningham Racing Engine's number 1 machine, runs in 4th spot. Will try to get up beside Mike Horton. Does so at the exit of turn number 4. They run side by side down the front straightaway just behind Frank Botto's blue 27 car into 1. Seth bounces over a rough piece of the racetrack and falls back to 4th spot. Bill Northam, the Bill Shackleton Remax sponsored 85 car, runs in 5th spot right now, and the front 5 have about a half straightaway lead over the next car, which is Joe Millet's Trust Transport and Performance Racing News number 47. General Tire Night here at Mosport continues as we are 5 laps into our 25-lap feature race for the late model sportsman class. One of the better battles on the racetrack. We have 3 cars exiting turn number 4, all of them trying to make their way toward the front. Frank Botto trying to hold off the Mike Horton 31X car, who is right beside him. Joseph with the best seat in the house to watch this one as Horton gets to the inside of Botto. Down the back straightaway, they go side by side. Mike Horton not given a lot of room over there, does everything but drive it into the dirt, trying to stay up beside Frank Botto. Falls back once again. There's still lots of time left. As they do battle back there for second spot on the racetrack, Alex Hamilton has run away with this one. He's nearly got a full straightaway length lead on the balance of the field. Alex Hamilton runs in first spot. We'll put Scott Milne a lap down in just a moment as he comes down the start-finish line. Milne drives to the inside and lets it go by into turn number 1. In behind, Frank Botto now runs in second spot. Joseph is third. 4th is Mike Horton. 5th is Bill Northam, who is very competitive tonight in the 85 car. Joe Millett runs all by himself, and as it stands right now, is probably one of the more bored drivers out on the racetrack, as there's nobody quite quick enough to catch him up, but he doesn't have quite enough steam to catch up to the Bill Shackleton-sponsored 85 machine. Joseph gets the front wheel of the 1 machine underneath Frank Botto once again. Botto pulls out a little bit of a lead into turn number 3. Seth again has to drive way down to the inside as Botto's not giving him a lot of running room. They run side by side at the exit of 4. Botto with more steam out of the corner, though, holds them off. Frank Botto and Joseph continue to run nose to tail. Again, now Frank Botto makes a mistake in turn number 1, slides high, and Joseph goes by. Joseph steals away second spot on the racetrack.
The final modified feature of the year has been won by Dwight Brown, and that's put you into second place overall for the championship. Not bad. The Brown brothers won it too. Congratulations.
No, we had a good year. The Ironbury Motorsports team, we just had a great year. Graham winning the modified and the street stock championship, and me being able to catch up for second, it's just been great.
Did you think you were going to have a chance? Because you were back a considerable amount for second, actually, but you just were running so strong.
Yeah, I think it was 3 weeks ago. I was 55 or 60 points behind, so I thought I might have a chance, but I didn't really expect it to happen.
Well, it did, and again, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Dwight Brown, he'll finish second for the 95 season. Jim, back to you with the late model sportsmen.
Scott Mill drives once again to the inside as people race side by side. Both these cars involved in an altercation earlier on tonight. The Ed Beatty number 90 car and the number 99 of Link Brown, both running without various pieces of bodywork, which have been torn off through the wars as we've gone through the night tonight here at Mosport. The feature race continues. We are now past the halfway mark. Rick Brown goes by Scott Milne's sparking number 24 car. Something dragging on the ground underneath the 24 machine into turn number 1. As the race leader goes by, once again, Scott Milne with a mechanical problem with the 24 car. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see the meatball flag in just a moment. Rick Brown will drive to the inside and let Alex Hamilton go by down the front straightaway if he's looking in his mirrors, and he does exactly that. The Bradford native drives low into turn number 1 and lets the race leader go by. 15 laps have been completed by Alex Hamilton. In behind now, Joseph in the Cunningham Engines number 1 car. He's got a long piece of ground to make up if he's going to challenge for first place. Nearly a full straightaway. The straightaway-like lead between himself and our race leader, Alex Hamilton. 5 car lengths back now at the exit of turn number 4 is Frank Votto. Another 4 car lengths back, Mike Horton's 31X car. Another car length and a half back as Bill Northam's 85 car is competitive tonight, and it looks as though he may challenge Mike Horton before the night is over. Another car we haven't talked about too much, but has certainly been a regular here at Mosport, the Ken Paston number 0 car. It's good to see the 0 machine out back with us, in spite of the fact that we haven't seen a whole bunch of it from time to time as we've gone through the races here at Mosport International Speedway in the second half of the season. The Mannheim Auctions sponsored number 0 car of Ken Paston sometimes has been a front runner, and at other times has had some mechanical problems, but nonetheless is back to join us tonight, and it's good to see Kenny Paston and the crew back here at Mosport. The race leader in turn number 3 into the pits now, the 47. The Performance Racing News Trust Transport sponsored 47 car. Always one of the better turned out racing machines with the chrome wheels and that beautiful maroon paint job. Suddenly a mechanical problem with Joe Millette's machine, and his night is done, unfortunately, here at Mosport. We are under yellow as suddenly we've got the number 15 car into the pits. Now, I'm not sure whether he got in contact with somebody and the smoke is from a tire, or they're going to look underneath the hood. It's obviously something mechanical. The 15 machine of Brent Coppins from Seagrave comes to a mechanical smoky end here at Mosport. We'll be back with Green Flag Racing in a minute.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder is sponsored by Van Hemmen Tires and Sales, dealers for Hoosier and General Tire. Serving the Durham region for over 25 years with great pride towards customer service. Located at 317 Hopkins Street in Whitby, or call 666-2121 for more information.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder is brought to you by Hammond Racing Fuels, official suppliers of racing fuels for Mosport International Speedway. For more information about the highest octane available for your race car, call 1-800-265-1732. Hammond Racing Fuels, proud sponsors of Mosport Speedway Thunder. We're under caution once again with the late model sportsmen, and we'll be back to the action in a few minutes. But once again, we're going to remind you about our contest, and you can call in at 1-905-436-3500. And the question is, name the 5 champions from the 95 season. Of course, we've got Thunder cars, Ken Donaldson, Graham Brown in both modifieds and street stocks, and we have 2 to go. So that's it from now, and we'll tell you at the end of the show who all 5 are, and then be one of the first 5 to call in with the correct answer, and you will win yourself a Mosport t-shirt by naming the 5 champions of this season. Right now in the infield, we've got a lot of activity going on around us as cars are getting ready for the super late models, and some of the other guys that had some damages to their car earlier are trying to get what they can removed or straightened so they can at least get the car onto the trailer. But we've got a lot of activity in the pits here on the final points tonight. Once again, we'd like to remind you as well that we will be back again next week on Sunday for the features of the Invitational weekend. We're expecting quite a crowd of cars here next weekend for the 2-day event. As well on the Saturday, now you might want to come check this out. On the Saturday, there is 2 grudge matches. One with the 2 modified drivers, Graham Brown and Larry Jackson, and the second between Joseph and Alex Hamilton. We're back to racing, so Jim, back to you.
Alex Hamilton leads the field down the back straightaway under the green once again. It's Hamilton, Seth, Votto, Mike Horton, Bill Northam. Kenny Paston sneaks up in behind Bill Northam's 85 car. Now the point standing is, as I understand it, Lisa, help me out with this one. Joseph's got 5:14, Frank Botto's got 5:07, and Alex Hamilton has 5:02. So there's only 7 points, and Joseph has picked up enough points in the heat races tonight to run in second place coming into this race. Frank Botto has to finish out in front of him and hope that Joseph finishes maybe a spot or two behind in order for Frank Botto to finish second. Joseph, if he finishes in the position he is right now, second place, will finish in second place. And the point standings coming into tonight's racing in third. Joseph runs in second, and he challenges Alex Hamilton now. Thanks to the yellow flag, the field got all bunched up. And suddenly, Joseph wasn't a straightaway length behind the race leader. He was a car length behind, and that's where he sits now at the exit of 3. Hamilton and Seff are nose to tail. And as I mentioned in the heat races earlier on, Joseph and Alex Hamilton have had a little thing going over the course of the entire season, and that will be the subject of a 10-lap $100 grudge race next weekend. Joseph and Alex Hamilton will race each other for 10 laps for $100. And of course, bragging rights over the course of the winter. That's next weekend here at Mosport International Speedway. As it stands now, Alex Hamilton in the Competition Automotive 17 car runs out front of Joseph, who still closes up through corner number 3, exits turn number 4, down the front straightaway. The white flag this time, 1 to go. If Seff is going to make a move and steal first place, it's going to be right now. Frank Botto is not going to finish out in front of Joseph unless he crashes. Frank Botto will finish in third spot and will finish third in the point standings as well. It's entirely possible that Alex Hamilton, who is only 5 points behind Frank Botto coming in, with a win here, may move in the third spot. Frank Botto may go from second in the standings to fourth in the space of one evening here at Mosport.
If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions about your community channel, Rogers Community 10, please call the Rogers Response Line at 436-3500.
The cars headed down the back straightaway as we get ready to go racing again in Mosport. The super late models get the white flag, and this time we anticipate the green at the exit of turn number 4. On the front row, the number 13 of Gary Passer leads the crowd down the front straightaway. Vince Michelli and the Remax-sponsored 80 car drive side by side with him into turn number 1. Passer slides the 13 car around and forces Michelli way up into the marbles. He holds onto it. Does a good job to keep it off the wall, but the rest of the field is going to pass him by as he gains speed once again. Out front, Gary Passer now running in second spot in the 90 car. All the way back is Doug Shackle, who is taking that car up into third spot on the racetrack. Passer again with a problem in turn number 1. Joe Gonzalez moves into first spot. Shackle follows him through. Now Jeff Hanley moves into third. Passer runs in fourth spot. Fifth is John Owen. Sixth is Nick Sinabili. And right in beside him is the 22 of Rob Millway. To the inside now. Taking over second spot is Jeff Hanley. Gets by Doug Shackle's number 90 car down the back straightaway. And now begins to chase down our race leader. Joe Gonzalez crosses the start-finish line at Mosport International Speedway. Further back in the field, the 13 car of Gary Passer suddenly slows. Jeff Hanley chases down the Joe Gonzalez car down the start-finish line. There's still about a half dozen car lengths separating those two. Another half dozen back to third place now as Doug Shackle runs in third spot. The 25 car is stopped in the racetrack, and there's a car spun at the exit of turn number 4. Vince Michelli is facing the wrong way on the racetrack. The number 80 car spins in turn number 4 and brings out a yellow. The Vita Carpentry sponsored number 80 car is stopped on the racetrack. Gary Passer takes advantage of this stop to bring the 13 car into the pits. We'll get things straightened around and get set for a green in just a second here at Mosport International Speedway. It's General Tire Night.
Right now we have with us from the third place on the track and ends up third in points in the modifieds, Darrell Leatherdale, and team owner, part owner, I guess, Steve Chandler for TTR. Congratulations on the season. Third place. It was tough to beat those Brown brothers.
Yeah, it sure was. You know, they run strong all season, and you know, I'd like to thank TTR Transport, Glassvan, Great Dane, and this fella here beside me. He's been a big part of it all. And yeah, we didn't have a bad season. You know, we had a lot of bad luck, but third, you know, we'll go home with the third, and it wasn't too bad.
Last year you were the champion in the sportsman class, and everybody came into this not knowing what was going to happen. So yeah, I guess when you build up a car and you come home in the top 3 and you run consistent all season long, I guess that's not a bad season.
No, it like I say, you know, you're up at the shop and watch us make it. So it was a lot of fun to do it that way for the first time, to build our own car and come out here and you know, actually finish third.
Well, let's see what the owner feels about all this. Steve, yourself and the whole TTR Transport group must be really happy with the season last year, the season this year with the new class, and I want to ask about your hot laps in practice.
Oh, that was scary, I'm telling you. I ended up with a real new appreciation for what these guys do out there. But really what you're talking to is a proud sponsor. There's not a lot I can say other than for this guy building the car this year, last year winning the championship. It's been great. I mean, this has been the best 3 years of my involvement in motorsports. It's been wonderful. There's no doubt about it. Tonight and last week, getting out into the car and playing around a little bit opened my eyes. It's wonderful.
Well, I saw you out in Dwayne Glassbergen's car, the Thunder car. What were you driving last week?
Was it last week or the week before? I guess I took the modified out and scared myself half to death a little bit. Asked Darrell for some tips, and you know, he's a pretty secretive guy. He's not going to tell me yet, but you know, we'll see. Maybe after next year we'll find out what goes on. You know.
Well, I guess Darrell wants to make sure he stays behind the wheel again, though. Good job this season, guys. Well done.
Okay, thanks, Glenn.
Darrell Leatherdale and Steve Chandler from the TTR Transport number 25. Jim, let's go back to you with the super late models.
Down the front straightaway once again, we are under green, and out front, the 93 of Joe Gonzalez, but he's having you play a little defense now. Joe Gonzalez with the 70 of Jeff Hanley all over the back of the 93 car. Hanley slides a little wide in turn number 2. The 38 machine of Terry Robichaud slows and comes into the pits now as the battle for the lead continues down the front straightaway. Into turn number 1, Gonzalez again to the low side of the racetrack. He's going to make Hanley drive around him. Hanley's car really has a tendency to stick in the corners. Whether it will stick on the high side of the corners is something we have yet to see. Joe Gonzalez through turn number 4 gets on the power. Hanley does likewise and slides the 70 car around behind him. Starts right in behind the 93 car down the front straightaway and into turn number 1. Hanley drives in second place. Third is still Doug Shackle. Rob Milwane attempts to overhaul him. John Owen runs in 5th place. 6th place out on the racetrack right now is Al Shepstone, who's having a pretty solid comeback here at Mosport International Speedway. That car runs in 6th place at the present. In behind John Owen. John Owen came into this one in 2nd place. Jeff Hanley already has clinched the championship as far as the late model sportsman points. However, John Owen sits in 2nd place. Stu Robinson is right in behind him, and I don't think any of those places are going to change over the course of the evening tonight. Joe Gonzalez may pick up a spot, though, on Stu Robinson, as the 63 car has not come out for our feature tonight. The 63 machine apparently went up in smoke earlier on tonight. Joe Gonzalez, sitting fourth in the standings, may be able to sneak up into third by the time tonight's over. He runs in first, though, and he's just in front of Jeff Hanley. Hanley's wrapped up a championship, but he's still pretty racy, trying to take over first spot and steal away another checkered flag from Joe Gonzalez down the back straightaway. Gonzalez just in front of the 70 car. A bunch of the cars getting by the 25 machine. Rob Forsyth, with a big crash earlier on tonight, lost the nose of the car. However, he continues to circulate, gets it a little seat time, even though the car is not quite as quick as it once was. Down the back straightaway, Gonzalez just in front of Jeff Hanley. A car length separates first and second now. Jeff looks to the inside through turn number 4. Can't make the pass right there. Rob Milwain is snuck into third spot while we've been watching the leaders. The 22 machine runs in third and is slowly trying to chew up some of that territory between himself and the number 70 in second place. Jeff Hanley runs second. Milwain now third. Fourth is the number 2 of John Owen. Fifth place now is Doug Shackle. And in behind Shackle is Al Shepstone. And it looks as though Al might be anticipating a pass in the next lap or so. Jeff Hanley is still right in behind the race leader down the back straightaway here at Mosport International. We've got about a car length separating the two, but boy, does Jeff Hanley get a good run off of turn number 4. Not quite enough to overhaul him, but certainly enough to make up that one car length gap that separates them most everywhere else on the racetrack. Hanley's car really hooks up in turn number 4. Down the back straightaway, the gap increases to about a length and a half. Hanley closes it down to a length through 3. Now through turn number 4. Hanley's on the gas way before the 93 pilot and slides the car around that time, but keeps it off the wall. "15 laps have been completed. There are 10 laps remaining. 10 laps to go. Still no change up front as Jeff Hanley still hunts down Joe Gonzalez in the 93 car. They move up on some of the back markers. Hanley moves down low and slides the car around, and now has to slide around to avoid the 25. Hanley's very loose tonight. Gary Passer is told to move down low on the racetrack and let the leaders go by. Does so. No change up front. Hanley now has a little bit more room to try to make up if he's going to get by Joe Gonzalez. Into turn number 3. 2 car lengths separate first and second spot. Half a straightaway length more than that now separates Jeff Hanley and Rob Milwain, who runs in third. John Owen runs in fourth spot, has run a real solid race, hasn't done anything dramatic, but certainly hasn't made any mistakes out on the circuit either. A car length and a half separates the race leader. You can see the brakes inside the wheel drum of the 93 car glow red as these super late models really use up the brakes. The 15 Shepstone car spins in one and we're yellow. Al Shepstone's number 15 car slides around in turn number 1 and brings out a yellow flag. We have completed 18 laps. 18 laps have been completed for the super late models, and we've got some more giveaways courtesy of General Tire. We'll give those away in just a moment here at Mosport.
After the races, then what? My hope is that you will come and visit me at the Bridlewood Brethren in Christ Church. I'm Pastor Kelly, Mosport's track pastor, also known as the Rev. Our church is located at 480 Huntingwood Drive between Warden and Pharmacy. Our Sunday morning worship service starting September 10 will be at 11 a.m., where you will hear my positive, challenging message of hope that will encourage you to stay away from life's walls, out of the pits, and on the right track so that you will win God's checkered flag.
Well, for the second week in a row, Alex Hamilton takes the feature for the late model sportsmen. Congratulations, and that also bumped you into third for the overall season.
Yeah, that's a bit of a surprise to us. We didn't really figure on taking third over, but the car was working really good, and Doug did a real good job on the motor from competition. And I'd really like to thank my crew because we had a lot of work on that car tonight. We had a lot of oil leaks and a few problems. We finally got it working for the feature.
Considering what happened to you earlier in the season, with the broken ankle, and it pretty much did take you right out of the point seat, obviously, you had a nice, comfortable lead going into it, but I guess you got to be somewhat content with a third.
Oh, yeah, that's racing. Yeah, that stuff happens. Yeah.
Well, it was a good job, nonetheless, and congratulations on the feature again tonight.
Thank you.
All right, now let's go back to Jim Martin as we got a green flag.
Under green once again and down the back straightaway. Joe Gonzalez tries to hold off Jeff Hanley, and he seems to have the measure of him. The cars are very equally matched. Hanley seems to be able to catch up to him, but he can't get around him, or hasn't yet anyway. Joe Gonzalez leads. 19 laps have been completed now. There's still 6 to go. 6 laps remain. Gonzalez, if he makes a mistake, Hanley will be by him in a flash. The 70 car handles better than any other on the racetrack, except maybe the 91 and 93 car out front. Rob Milwain continues to run in third, just in front of John Owen's red and white 2 car. And in behind, we've got Doug Shackle. Whoa, the 57 machine with a big bobble at turn number 1 almost gets tagged. The 57 machine of Bev Thring makes a big gap over in turn number 1 and almost gets collected in a 4-car train, which is following him through. The 57 machine continues to circulate, and this time is a little bit more gentle on its way through turn number 1. Bev Thring got the 57 car sideways and almost got tagged by 3 or 4 people right behind him. The race leaders down the front straightaway put lap number 22 down. It's still Gonzalez holding off Jeff Hanley. Next time they go by, they'll get the 2 lap to go sign. And I wouldn't be surprised if you watch Jeff Hanley go by in the next lap. 2 laps to go. Here comes Joe Gonzalez. Jeff Hanley in the Midas Quaker, his state-sponsored 70 machine, into turn number 1. Exits number 2, a car length between the 2. Gonzalez squirts away just a little bit as he seems to exit 2 better. Down through turn number 3 to the inside. Here comes Hanley, slides the car around. The white flag, 1 to go. If Hanley's going to get by him, it has to be right now. Jeff Hanley slides around through turn number 1. Does likewise in 2 again. Gonzalez gets the power down a little better at the exit of 2, and here comes Hanley. Through 3. Through number 4. He's not going to be close enough. Here he comes down the start-finish line. Joe Gonzalez wins. Jeff Hanley finishes second. A solid 3rd place goes to the 22 of Rob Milwain. John Owen is 4th. 5th place will go to Doug Shackle tonight.
Second place on the track tonight, and that means second place in the championship as well. Joseph, a job well done.
Thank you very much. Close, but not quite close enough.
Well, you had your work cut out for you coming into tonight. You knew that.
I know. I did know that. It's going to be tough. But even finishing first, I don't think we would have won the points champion, but we gave it the best, little girl tonight.
So second place prize money is going to maybe get some back-to-school clothes, huh? Are you going to nudge Dad?
Maybe.
Well, it was a good job. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much, Clint.
Okay, that's Joseph, and we'll just get you out of the way for a second. I'll bring in Frank here. Come on in here, Frank. Oh, wow. You know, you're second place there and coming into tonight, and you've had such a strong season, but I know you've got to be heartbroken now because it looks as though unofficially you may have ended up 4th.
Well, not really. I aim for top 5. But I finished behind Alex and Joseph. You know, like these boys are really good. And I'm very happy where I finished. Second one would have been great, but I'm very happy where I finished.
Well, I'm glad you're happy then because we've been following you all season long. Such a strong season that you had. So as long as you're happy, then I guess everybody else can feel good that at least you're happy about it.
Oh, yes. Like tonight, the car wasn't working at all. I don't know. Everything was going wrong. The first lap, I ran out of brakes. Then it came up again, some brakes. And but, you know, that's no excuse. That's part of it. And it's pretty hard to try to keep Alex and Joe behind, yeah, because they're really good out there.
Well, you got another shot at them next week with the Invitational.
Oh, yeah, but we'll see what happens.
Okay, good job, Frank, for the season.
Thank you.
Frank Mato, and we'll be right back with more. In fact, we'll be back with the winner of the Super Late Model feature and the champion, Jeff Hanley.
This portion of Mosport Speedway Thunder is sponsored by Dale's Auto Center. For all your car's bumper-to-bumper mechanical service, stop by at the garage location at 1333 Thornton Road South, entrance from Terwilliger. Or if you don't have a car, drop in at Dale's Auto Center sales location at Ritson and Olive in Oshawa. Telephone 723-7787 for more information.
Once again, we'd like to thank Terry Robichaud of Northern Truck Sales for the bucket truck that provides us with that great shot on the front straight. Derek McGilvery doing the fine job inside the bucket. Give us a wave, Derek. Great job. Thanks once again to Northern Truck Sales and Terry Robichaud, driver of the Super Late model number 38. Now, speaking about Super Late models, we have the feature winner here with us here now, Joe Gonzalez. Congratulations. You were about equal distance around the track, I think, ahead of Jeff. He wasn't really gaining much on you.
No, I think we're pretty even tonight. I mean, it's a strong run, and we finally got the car working pretty good. It's a brand new car built by LRE Larry Alice from Newmarket, and we worked on for the past couple of months since we got built brand new, and before you got the right combination, and well, I guess I did the job tonight. And also I want to thank Castro Racing Oil for the support also for the season, and I hope we're gonna do better in the future.
Well, you've got an invitational next week. What's going to happen there for you? You're going to be bringing anything out special? Any tricks?
Well, the way the car seems to be working tonight, I mean, the only thing we can do is get it even closer. So I think we're on the right direction.
Well, it was a good job tonight taking the feature. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Joe Gonzalez takes the feature tonight, and now we'll just remind you once again, give you a chance to get a piece of paper and a pen and remind you about the contest. Once again, you call us at 1-905-436-3500, and the question is, name the 5 champions here in the 95 season, and we'll give it to you right now. In the Thunder Cars, Ken Donaldson. In the Street Stocks, Graham Brown. In the Modifieds, Graham Brown as well. In the Late Model Sportsmen's, it was Mike Horton, and in the Super Late Models, Jeff Hanley. That's it, the top 5, and we'll be right back to wrap it up, and the champagne will be spraying in a moment here at the Mosport International Speedway. We'll be right back with Speedway Thunder. Here we are once again to end another season. Hard to believe that the season's gone. It started in early May with a practice day, and we're going to crown some champions now.
And darn near time, actually. No, these been a bunch of folks here been waiting in some cases for a couple of weeks. They knew there were champions already. There have been some other people who had a pretty fair indication that they were going to win a championship halfway through the season. There were other people who almost waited till the last minute, but all in all, they're all very deserving people, and we'd like to introduce them to you. Some folks who are champions of 1995 here at Mosport International Speedway.
Sure are, and first off, we'll have from the Thunder Cars, the guy that was quick all season long. Here he is, the number 3, Ken Donaldson. Congratulations on the championship, Ken. Right from the practice day, everybody was looking at their stopwatches and saying, oh my, who is this guy?
Yeah, it was a heck of a lot of fun. Everybody I raced against out there in the Thunder Car class, it's a lot of fun. I really got to thank my crew, Ken Jones, my 2 sons, Ken and Kyle, Eric Williams, Les Stanley, Lisa Stanley, and special thanks to Glenn Ray, and of course my wife Sandy, because without all those people, I couldn't have done it. It's just a hell of a lot of fun.
It was a job well done. Congratulations, Ken.
Thanks a lot.
Just step back, but don't go anywhere, because we're not done with you yet. Stay a little closer. Next up, we've got a double winner. Graham Brown will bring him in, the Street Stocks and the Modifieds. Congratulations, Jim. What have you got to say to Graham?
Graham, congratulations. A great job. Mosport's first double champion. It's never been done before. Are you looking forward to maybe doing it again next year, or are you going to try and win 3 for us next season?
Oh, we'll have to see what happens over the winter, how many cars we have and everything. I have no idea what's going on for next year, so I don't have any say in the matter. I'm just a driver. I got to thank my car owners, R&B Motorsports. They have great cars. Got to thank all my sponsors, Newmarket Iron, First Class Engraving, Oakdale Collision, NGK, Tram, Kendall, all you guys. Without your help, we'd never be able to thank it. And I'd also like to thank Rogers Cable, because without them, my great-grandmother, who's almost 90, would never be able to watch a race.
Well, we're happy that we could provide her the chance to see you and your brother race, Graham.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I'd like to just say hi, Nana.
All right, congratulations on the double championship.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, just get you to step back there beside Ken, and we'll bring in our late model sportsman champion, Mike Horton, the 31X car, and you're the champion. Congratulations.
Thanks. Feels pretty good. Everyone's really happy, the crew and everything. It turned out good.
As far as the season's concerned, it was a good run for you. You started last year, actually, about, mid or a bit late into the season?
5 races before the end of the season, we showed up here, and we run pretty good, so we run a full season. So we're happy. We're really happy.
Well, it shows. Congratulations on the championship.
Thank you.
Okay, get you to step back there beside Graham, and we'll bring in our final winner for the 95 season, the Super Late Models, the champion, Jeff Hanley.
Thank you. Car ran really good all year, and Cunningham supplied really good motors, and they were really reliable, and we just finished consistently.
Jim, anything you'd like to comment to or say to Jeff?
Consistently up front. It really was a pleasure to watch you run here, and thank you very much for coming in and running up at Mosport International Speedway. I realize that the family's seen a lot of racetracks in its time, and we're glad you picked this one to run with this season. Any thoughts about next year?
Yeah, I plan on racing here again, and if I get a sponsor, we're working on right now, I'm going to run the Flexmore Series when I can.
All right. Congratulations.
Good job. Congratulations. The Super Late Model champion, Jeff Hanley, step back, and now we'll just bring in somebody from Rogers here that would like to say a few words, a guy that the show wouldn't be possible without him. Alcide Privado, we just call him Cheetah.
Hi, how you doing? I want to thank all the viewers from all of us here at Rogers Community 10. Mosport Speedway Thunder has been a really difficult show to produce this year because all brand new technology. We had a windfall back last summer when we got word down that we were going to new mobile. Little did we know it was going to be the very first shoot that we had to do here, and so we had to struggle a lot with it. But I want to thank a lot of the drivers for all their participation and everything that they've done for us, and they've helped us quite a bit. It was kind of really surprising when we met Ken Donaldson for the first time. He knew us by name, and we never met him before in our lives. It was kind of a really crazy experience.
Well, it was a job well done by yourself and all the volunteers that put on the show.
Without the volunteers that worked on this production, it would not look the way it does. And I was really flattered tonight when somebody said they thought they were watching NASCAR. And that's, well, yeah, that's what I thought. It was something, just an incredible experience, this Mosport show.
On that note, I think the NASCAR relationship, maybe we should get some bottles of champagne and hand them over to the drivers, and they can celebrate their seasons this year once again. The champions for 1995 in the Thunder cars, Ken Donaldson. In the street stocks and the modifieds, Graham Brown. Late model sportsmen's, Mike Horton. And of course, the super late models, Jeff Hanley. And guys, let's get out of the way.
Have a round of applause.
Whoa! Well, we didn't get quite as wet as we did last year, but I think a few other people got wet.
Well done.
Jim, I don't think we could say much more than it's been a fantastic season, and next week, of course, the Invitational to have some more fun with the drivers. What a year.
Oh, it's been a fabulous year. We've had a lot of fabulous winners, some great personalities, some terrific people here at Mosport, and we'd like to thank each and every one of them for coming out and making another great season. Thanks to all the fans, and we'll be back next week. Don't forget, we got a couple of grudge matches, and here comes more champagne.
All right, on behalf of Jim Martin and the rest of the Rogers crew, I'm Glenn Butt bidding you farewell from the Mosport International Speedway in the 95 Championship. We'll see you next week for the Invitational.